Canadian Grand Prix at the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. One of the best tracks on the calendar in my opinion. I tell you what, last night was absolutely epic, so the super guys have got something to really live up to if it's anything like last night. Absolutely fantastic racing up and down the field. It was immense stuff. So we'll take a recap of all what's going on in the throughout the stream, but well, or you can watch it yourself actually, which would probably be a better idea really. Just yeah, go back and watch it. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. And really, I think all the Elite League racing has been absolutely phenomenal this year, really has. And I must say that the Super has also been phenomenal as well. Let's just take a quick look at the drivers and the drivers' championship, shall we? Well, no, before we do that, let's just take a quick look at the circuit map, which you can see on the screen right now. So you can see 14 turns. It looks like a fairly simple track, doesn't it, on paper? Long straights, a couple of chicanes. Yeah, it doesn't look too difficult to get a handle on this, but it's to be honest, it is classified as quite an easy track. But if you get it right, then you will be absolutely immense around here. So that is the key part of this event tonight. And of course, then we've got 14 turns around Montreal, 2.7 miles, and of course a lap record by Barry Keller back in 2004. Of course, I think that lap record will probably be gone. Tonight. Absolutely phenomenal lap times last night from the elites. And then shall we? And of course, that not that bad at the moment, even though he had a pretty disappointing Monaco Grand Prix, didn't he? And unfortunately, he only well, even though he had a bad Monaco Grand Prix, he's still 43 points in front of Matt, who is in second. Jonathan Cox is in third at the moment, and then for Ferrari, Asdog is fourth. Fifth position is Roscoe. Then we got Harry in sixth position. Dave is in seventh after that phenomenal win in Monaco. We'll touch on that as well in a minute. Eighth position, Physico. Timmy is in ninth position, and Sven is just inside the top 10. Yeah, let's go back to last week's Monaco Grand Prix. That is one of the most epicest races you'll ever see. It was basically, if you ever watched the 1982 Monaco Grand Prix, there was, I think, rain on the last couple of laps. It was a very sprinkle of rain where Prost went off, then Patrese span around, De Terzaris, his car broke down, and then Peroni also ran out of fuel on that day. It was an incredible race to watch, where it seems like no one just wanted to win, did they? And it felt like that in Monaco when we had punctures. That Matt had a puncture, didn't he, when he was leading the race? That's why he came in the pits. We had another couple of punctures as well. We had incidents galore, didn't we, between Harry and Asdog. And of course, Asdog was on the pole position as well after a brilliant pole up. And then Dave, who just kept it consistent, kept on the island. And that's going to be quite important today, of course, because we are on a man-made island. And he come through to win the Monaco Grand Prix, his first Grand Prix win in I think 2 seasons, I believe, or maybe more than that. But absolutely phenomenal, brilliant stuff as well. So yeah, excuse me, I'm a bit dehydrated today. Let's just say I've been at the Pepsi. Right, we got a couple of comments in the comment section, and hello and welcome to you all. Then, so you're going to be in for an absolutely phenomenal event here. You can see that this is a man-made lake, isn't it? First Grand Prix I think was back in '81, possibly. I think that's the first Grand Prix I remember about Canada's '81. Obviously, I wasn't born back then, but I think Gilles Villeneuve won the first Canadian Grand Prix, which is one of the reasons why he's an absolute legend, though, isn't he? The sport Gilles Villeneuve is. Yeah. Oh, we got a bit of rain. We got a bit of rain already. Then here in this here in qualifying, so this is going to really I was saying a bit about the rain last night, but it never came. And then well, today when I don't even mention it, look at that, 4 wet tires as well. Then we got 17 minutes to go. What is these drivers going to do as they come out? And we've got 16 drivers. We're going to lose one driver, I believe, unless we got unless we got. Oh, someone's got on the inters already. Snaff is thinking about the inters. Yeah, so wow, what a start! What a start! We haven't even got track action yet, and we've already got a bit of rain out. And there's something out there. I think that is that Timmy? It is Timmy out there on track at the moment. Then, so he's coming the first one out there, and it's absolutely buckling down out there. Remember the famous race of 2011, one of the most epic races you'll ever see in Formula One. Of course, 4 hours and 4 minutes long that race was. I think it was about a 7 or 8 hour program, wasn't it? It was ridiculously long, and yeah. I was sad enough to sit through all the BBC coverage of that day as well on board Timmy then, and well, this is going to be very interesting indeed then. Corners that ain't really corners and much around here in the dry are going to really test the drivers, aren't they? And the question is it going to be raining in the race sometime? Of course, remember it rained in the final stage of the race in last season's Canadian Grand Prix, didn't it? And we had some epic drives as well, didn't we, and towards the end of that race. Anyway, yeah, we've got a couple of comments then in the comment section. There's Nosey, of course, the elite driver this season, of course, the champion of Super. Woohoo, league racing is so much fun. Unfortunately, he's on a bit of a bad spell at the moment, isn't he? In league racing, Nosey is. He had a very difficult Canadian Grand Prix last night, and he lagged into the wall, or something happened. So disappointing for Nosey. I'm racing to all. That's from Brooke Gorilla. Nosey also taking the mick out of my good stuff phrase, which I seem to say an awful lot. I just watched it then come through the world champions. Oh wow, look at that, that's Tokyo drifting at its very best. Brilliant stuff from Tim Izzy. He's now starting to cross the line now. And Jonathan Cox, good evening Sean, and good luck to all the drivers. Yeah, definitely Jonathan Cox there also is up into third at the moment. He's 60 points behind. Oh, and there's Timmy's gone off the track there at the moment. Look at the rain, it's absolutely amazing. I think you're going to need, I think that it's going to be like the St. Lawrence Seaway, isn't it, next to the track, and they're going to need oars to get around this track at the moment. Absolutely bucking it down out there. The question is what's going to happen then, and what's going to happen in the next 15 odd minutes? Well, the next about 45 minutes to an hour of this qualifying session. What is going to happen? Is the rain going to continue at this rate? There's a lovely shot of the Fly Emirates there. Great. Great stuff. No, Alex K has also just mentioned fantastic racer. Yes. Anyway then, and you can see look how close the bars are around here then. Yeah, of course, if you remember 2011 around here, it was aquaplaning, wasn't it? It was an incredible amount of rain that day. And then I must admit though, in recent modern times of Formula 1, it feels like that they are very reluctant to get the racing going in the wet, aren't they? I'm not sure if well, of course you have to be very safety conscious in the wet in the races today, but yeah, they took too long to bring the safety car in my opinion. And look at that, we're into a 1:24.4 there. We're expecting the times to be a lot quicker than that, so Timmy goes fast at the moment. As so who's next to come through? Broke Gorilla there, but Energy Dan then, of course, he's looking very strong in the wet at the moment, isn't he, Energy Dan? Energy Dan has struggled so far in this season. He hasn't got a point to his name yet in the Ferrari. But yeah, I feel he's had a lot of bad luck, hasn't he, so far in this stage of his season. It's been a bit like I think one season where Felipe Massa had some awful bad luck, didn't he, in the Ferrari one year? I think it was 2011 or 2012? No, yeah, it was one of those years where it just seemed to the wrong place at the wrong time. So Energy Dan has gone as fast as one. What about Broke Gorilla then? Of course, he's in the racing point billion anymore. He's in the wall. And that's he's done what Kevin Magson's done. And there's a car going through there of Snap in the Renault. Where does Snap go? Snap is invalid his time then. So his Broke Gorilla there. Oh my gosh, getting in the way there. And he's gone on to a 22 then. Oh blimey, it's all action there at the moment, isn't it? As Broke Gorilla is gone. It's the first man. Well, he's on the inside wall there, isn't he? There's a double there who is gone into fourth position at the moment, and the Rocket Williams has gone very wide there though in turn 1 and 2 here at the moment. It's I'm out of breath already. Blimey, I'm gonna have to I might have to go to the gym really if I carry up on if I carry up with this hobby. Blimey. Well, who would have thought that talking about cars going around like a track would absolutely wear me out, but it really has today. Absolutely immense stuff. We're only like 6 minutes into this as well. Whoa, and Broke Gorilla almost going into double there. He's having real troubles in that racing point, as Douglas fourth for the moment in the Alfa Romeo. Of course, very quick and qualifying at the moment now. It's a bit like Vettel of the 2010 season, where he was getting pole positions like left, right, and centre, but he just can't convert him at the moment, can he? Asdog, which he's shown he's got the pace. I think Asdog will be very disappointed with the. So he does a blimey, just taking out the camera there. We've got a Ferrari just behind Asdog at the moment. Yellow flagging free. And in two as well. Here comes the Monaco winner, Dave, and oh, he's in the wall. Look at that, how close he got to the wall there. And he has to back out with good control. Here's Steve, and oh my gosh, that's Asdog going off the track as well. Look at this chaos out there at the moment, absolute chaos. Matt goes into fourth position. Wow, phenomenal start to qualifying here at the moment. And you can see coming down into turn 10 and 11 here. Oh, and Steve is on a lap, I think he is. So is Didymus. So here's the second Alfa Romeo of Didymus out there at the moment. Oh my gosh. Absolutely fabulous stuff. And then now what does Didymus do? He comes on board Didymus and he comes into the pits. So yeah, Didymus is in the pits. And what about Roscoe? He is not out there at the moment. Dave is trying to get back to the pits. I think it. Oh, and we've also got a Ferrari there again. Oh, blimey! And he gets in the pits there. So here comes Jonathan now coming across the line. Energy Dan is staying out there. So remember, Energy Dan is doing a very good job here because he's just going to go round and round and round, isn't he? Until and Steve goes into a 26.5. I remember we're going to be losing one car here. Remember we was aiming to lose one car last night, and that was Nigel, wasn't it? That was a big name we lost in the Elite League last night. Is there going to be a big name getting knocked out in qualifying today? That's the question. Who is going to be the first one to be eliminated from qualifying? On board Sven at the moment. And in front of us is second place at the moment. Energy Dan, he's looking good in the wet, isn't he? Energy Dan is. So this is looking very interesting indeed out there. Anyway, Jonathan Cox now the famous red and green helmet. Then we're on board the Ferrari drive. Oh, look at that great catch there. And it's very perilous out there on the wet, of course, when you're driving in the wet. To be honest, it's really great to see drivers driving in the wet because it's skill at the absolute maximum here. Going a bit wide there, taking the car in line there, isn't he? As and now he accelerates away then, and now he's on the back straight home. As Sam Ellis has said, why didn't it rain in yesterday's race? I would possibly have had done better. Love rainy races. Good luck to all the drivers. Of course, Sam Ellis did a good job anyway. I thought he did a cracking job yesterday. And Jonathan Cox then coming around the final corner and got yellow flag fluttering in a sector 1. And Jonathan Cox goes full fast at the moment. He's behind his teammate. Brooker out there on track of mode. So is Claude. We've got Steve, who's moved up into 5th position now on board Claude. Then in the Toro Rosso, we've also got not that bad, the championship leader at the moment, who's got a 43 points lead at the moment. So even if he has another DNF like he did in Monaco, he still will be leading the championship at the moment. But yeah, it's just yeah, it was a very difficult weekend in Monaco, wasn't it? I think not that bad. Really did struggle out there, didn't he? Of course, that chance. Monaco's a unique event, though, isn't it? In its own right. And Noah's just said a 119 on 4 wets for quali. That's his prediction. And don't forget to shower after this, Sean. Oh, yep, indeed. That's usually my usual ritual these days, because it's after every race I always look like I've been to the gym. I'm not sweaty. And to be honest, these drivers are going to be sweaty after this, so aren't they? Really going to earn their keep, aren't they? Another bike comes around the final corner, and we're on board of it now. You can see then he is not hugging the line because he wants to get a decent exit. Oh, that's why, because he must have invalidated his time. And Claude, oh, he's in the wall. That's a big old clout there from Claude. He's in the wall of champions. He's the first man to go in there. And oh dear, he's ripped the front. He's hit the front wheel off there, and there's a Red Bull going through. Claude is out of qualifying, and he will be the first man to be eliminated from the Canadian Grand Prix qualifying. That's a big old clout as well. You see, I think he took too much curb, didn't he, on the second part there, and just spat him out wide, didn't it? Which is a big shame there from Claude. What snap there? Getting a bit of snap oversteer there. What does Snap do? Yellow flag there, flitting around in the background, but Snap goes third. Oh, what is that? Is that an Alfa Romeo? That was Asdog, wasn't it? Let's just take a look. I think it was Asdog. It is Asdog. He's having a bit of trouble, so turning the car, and Sven is now through. Oh, blimey, that was a big old clout, wasn't it? As Dave there is just on a lap, so is Sven. We've got Didymus out at the moment. Roscoe is chilling in the pits at the moment. Now it's another bad thing coming down the back straight. He hits the braking point. You can see then he does brake slightly earlier than what they did in the dry yesterday, and I thought he was going into the barrier there on the inside. course, Magnussen did that in qualifying this year, didn't he? Not that bad. Still hasn't set a time. He's got 7 minutes to go. There's a lot of debris there in turn 1 and 2. And 4, that's Diddy Bus in the wall as well. It's the barriers that have kind of come unglued, haven't it? Those Tech Pro barriers have come and I think have been knocked out slightly, haven't they? And they're really the driver's gonna have to give it a real wild berth. It's gonna have to give it a really wide berth there, isn't it? Because otherwise they're going to and Didymus there is taking a shortcut. This rain is really lashing down out there. Absolutely oh, it's going to get very perilous for the drivers, isn't it? Oh, here comes Sven, who's in the top 10. Remember, Sven is really, since I started racing IRC, has absolutely improved. Look at those barriers there, Sven, giving it a lot of width there. Indeed, we've got 14 viewers. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Welcome everyone. And Sven there at the moment, who is who invalidated his time. We'll talk about the invalidated in a minute, but yeah, it's been action packed, hasn't it? All so far in this session. I've been struggling to keep up. Absolutely fantastic stuff out there. And Penny there, Steve Penny, of course, the McLaren driver, has just said very lucky there for Didymus. And Harry has also said, how is that not terminal damage? I don't know either. We've seen Claude clout the barrier there. Look at those barriers, they're just sticking out now. So usually the drivers like to get quite close to the wall there, but they can't. Not that bad. Set a time, and this time he has got a legal lap, so to speak, and he is fast at the moment. Are you racing right up there, isn't he? He adds his energy down. Good stuff from Energy Dan. Really impressed with that. Didymus is still there at the moment. Sven is also out on track at the moment. We've got Broke Gorilla, who's just about to start his lap. And Sven has gone a bit wide there. Look at that. Look. Oh, is he in the wall? No, he hasn't. Very good. Very nicely done that. No, Didymus is in the pits then. And now he's on the back straight then. Of course, no DRS at the moment. We haven't even touched on DRS. Says if this rain dries up, we'll have 3 DRS zones, of course, on the back straight here, on the start-finish straight, and the straight in between turn 7 and 8, or 8 and 9. Oh, you can't remember what it was. Oh, look at that, very close off. Oh, no, I thought he was going into the barrier again then. I think the twitchiness is really throwing me off guard there. Sven is in the 11th position at the moment. All they got to do is set a time in, because unfortunately Claude is out of qualifying, which is a big shame. And out with the pits comes the Renault there, a Snap. That's Log in the pits, and Broke Gorilla's on the lap. And we've got a yellow flag in 2, and that's Roscoe just getting out of the way then. So here comes Broke Gorilla in the racing point, and he's gone around. He's around. Car 2 has gone around, but there he reverses, gets out of the way. Oh, and then there's that's one of the Haas's. And also I think it's Sven there, and oh my gosh, it's all getting a bit chaotic out there at the moment. And now as Broke Gorilla is still he hasn't set a time yet, but if he keeps going, he should be fine. On board with him now. Look how treacherous it is out there. Absolutely stunning. It's all going off out there at the moment, isn't it? Fantastic! Oh, he's in the wall. That's a big old crash. He's all. Oh my gosh! And he's okay. He's okay. He still kept going. Of course, Robert Kubica had an awful crash there, didn't he? Back in 2007. And of course, well, we talked about 2007, didn't we? Me and Matt talked about 2007 in the quality show last night, didn't we? And unfortunately, though, for Broke Gorilla, he's damaged his wing. But if he just keeps going, he should be able to just get some. Is he damaged? Jan damaged his. Hasn't got a puncher, has he? I don't think he has. Of course, we had a lot of punchers in Monaco, didn't we, last week? Actually, outstanding, and he's back in the pits. He's got 3 minutes to get in and get back out. And anyway, oh, that's a Mercedes off. Who is that? That's Timmy. Timmy. Oh, that's a big old amount of chunk of damage there on Timmy's car. As we're just watching a Snap at the moment, he's coming through the finish the first sector. He's 10 for a second up. This rain, I thought this rain would have just eased off slightly there. Look at this. And Snap there. Oh, he's gone. He's gone around. And he's going to have to get that one. Oh, he's in a very treacherous place. Oh, damage in the rear wing as well there. In a very treacherous place there, Snap is. You can see, look at those puddles on the ground there. Absolutely immense of a rain shower here tonight. 2 3/4 minutes to go then, everyone. This is getting very, very tense indeed out there. Actioned all the way so far. Brilliant stuff, and some great car control as well. How some of these guys kept out of, some of them have hit the wall, but it's incredible how some of them haven't actually retired. Didymus, I do agree with Steve and Harry. How did he not get terminal damage there? It's unbelievable. Penny just asked, is the damage on Sim? I must admit, unfortunately, I didn't actually check because I was too busy waffling away about Monaco last week. So I'm not sure, but it seems to be a bit. It seems to be very. Oh well, come on! Oh, Roscoe, look at that! Oh, I thought he was going into that Rogue Tech Pro there, but he's all right. And now what does he do then? He comes across the line and he goes into 9th position there from Steve. So that should be enough to get him through. So Didymus just needs to get a lap in and he's through. And now Ross goes just get a bit of control. Double, who's looking quite happy with these set of wet tires. He's done 5 laps on them, as is Matt and as is Energy Dan as well. Energy Dan is looking phenomenal on the wet up here, isn't he? Brilliant stuff. He'll fly in too. As we're just watching Hans Dog come around the final corner, and I'm worried about that Tech Pro. Well, Didymus, he was the man that, well, I think him and Claude were really kind of double team that Tech Pro, and I think that's why it's out there at the moment. Didymus gets on the timing boards and nicely done, so he's through. Broke Gorilla just needs to do the same now, and he should be through as well. Oh, we got a good old race in the background now, haven't we? Got Yo Flying 1 and Broke Gorilla. I think it's damages the racing point again. It's gone very wide there. As just on board then with Broke Gorilla then. So he's on an outlap at the moment, and Snap is gaining. He's going to have a bit of a toe on the back straight here. We got oh, we're all right. That was really good. Oh my God, we end all right. And when Snap's gone to the back there, and we got a lovely we had a lovely image of the new pit lane, and I was Snap there going off the track there. Blimey. And Broke Gorilla's gone off. Broke Gorilla just needs to keep going because well, I think he should be through anyway, shouldn't he? As long as he does get an invalidated lap then, as Snap retires from the session. Ooh, oh, Broke Gorilla is. I wonder if he has his hands full with. I think with little Amy at the moment. As we're on board with Broke Gorilla now, then as he's coming through the first sector, very gingerly indeed. And that's usually what I'm doing is coming through, going on the racetrack very gingerly. Oh, that's a ginger joke, haha. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Broke Gorilla's got only half a front wing there, hasn't he? In the racing point. How's he doing now? Because he's having a just look how busy he's on the steering wheel there, isn't he? Absolutely phenomenal. These drivers are in the wet. It's really difficult, isn't it, to drive in these awful conditions. And coming down to the hairpin now then. So that's it for qualifying. I think Claude is out, unfortunately. So he hit the World of Champions earlier on, and unfortunately that is that's his qualifying session over with. So but hope we'll see Claude in the race in not too long. Going on the back straight then. So Broke Gorilla, he's just got to finish this lap. So he takes it very cautious into the final corner then. He's on the grass there a bit as well. So he comes through, and Broke Gorilla, well, he didn't. I think he must have invalidated his time somewhere there. So, but I think he should be through. Well, I must say that was a very interesting qualifying, wasn't it? Wow, there was action all over the place. So a very entertaining Q1 then. As you can see then, the rain is still lashing down. We've got a couple more comments then. And Steve Penny kinda are testing new rubber crash barriers. They must be. Bouncing off the seems we keep bouncing Tech Pros there. Very dangerous into the final corner. Jonathan Cox, our weather forecaster, he reckons it'll be Q2 will be on the intermediate tyre course. Those are the green stripe tyres. At the moment we're on the blue, which means a full wet tyre. And he's also said that it's going to be dry for the race. And to be honest, I used to grumble a bit where it used to be a wet qualifying and a dry race. I must I'd rather it be the other way around. We love a good wet race, don't we? And so now counting down then, so we're going to go into Q2 now. Well, I don't think that's intermediate yet, but of course it could, as you can see there's Jonathan Cox's garage there. You can see right into it. Absolutely immense stuff. You can see, look, all the mechanics there just making themselves look busy, when to be honest they probably ain't doing much, especially the Ferrari mechanics. As that's unfair, isn't it? Well, Snap's gone is testing out the inters again, but I think it's still too wet. Ferrari mechanics are out. We've also got the Red Bull mechanics out, and I think it's out the Racing Point out as well. It is. It's Gorilla there accelerating away, and he's also done a spinneroonie as well coming out the pits there. Oh, a bit of a Booker T reference for all you wrestling fans out there. Anyway, which has nothing to do with Formula One at all. So yes. Anyway, coming through then, and RU Racing's out there as well. Brilliant effort there from RU Racing and from Energy Dan. Them guys are looking very good out there at the moment, aren't they? Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Dave is the Monaco winner, as I'm going to keep reiterating. And I must admit, I really enjoyed his meme collection on the chat earlier, the last week. Absolutely phenomenal. And to be honest, though, I personally would like to see it again, but I'm not sure if all the drivers in the chat would like to see all the memes again. But to be fair though, it was a very good race from Dave, very well controlled, very well managed as well, wasn't it, from Dave? Oh, that was a well managed. So he's gone across the and he's hit the arrows there as well. As Carnage just said, great commentary as usual. Sure, best out there, mate. Oh, excellent. And I hope you're all right as well, Carton. Of course, Carton was able to race last night, and as we was unsure of the circumstances, he was yeah. So I hope you're all right, mate, and I hope everything's going swell. As Harry said, he looked into the wind. That's for the mention, Sean. Excellent. Oh, and I'm not that bad. It's just I think he just joined again. So oh yes, thanks. Yeah, no worries. Asdog's retired from the session. Oh no, Asdog is out. Remember, he was on pole position, wasn't he, in Monaco? That's the one. And oh no, so he's on board. Is this in between 2 and 3? It is. That's all where Massa's gone off. That's a huge accident. It's I've got intermediate tyres out there on a couple of them. So that's a big blow for us. Of course, I think Nick Heifeld parked his car up there one time when him and Kobe actually came together. I think it was in 2011. But oh dear, for that, so Asdog is out of qualifying. Claude has left the session. So I'm hoping Claude will be back in just a few moments. We've got a couple of intermediate guys out there as well. We're keeping on those because we're on board with Dave at the moment. As we've got 12 minutes to go, and how is it looking at the moment? We've got another yellow flag out there in sector 1. It's the rain. The rain has eased off, I think, isn't it? Is it looking a bit brighter out there, or is it just me? It probably is just me, but you can see then that as Dave's now on the back straight, of course, no DRS yet because we're nowhere near DRS at the moment, are we? Absolutely appalling conditions here in Montreal. And yeah, it's usually it's lovely, it's nice and sunny, isn't it? I don't think we've had a wet race in Montreal. Oh, and look how close he got to the wall of champions there, David. But he comes across the line. What's he going to do? You can see then he's not taking the racing line. He goes faster than a 24.3 at the moment. Fantastic stuff there from Dave. And of course then we are now, and Jonathan Cox on a 24.2. But whoa, are you racing of 21.9? Phenomenal stuff from the Racing Point driver. Car 9, he's stolen Ericsson's number. So, but I tell you what, that is some pace from RU Racing. I know that is some queue as well. Actually, Jonathan Cox is up in second moment. We've got Dave in third. Energy Dan is in fourth at the moment. Yeah, that's an awful lot of traffic out there. And Snap is on the inter tires. Has done a 22.9 there. That's a good time for Snap then. Maybe, and I wonder if that might get a lot of drivers to take notice. Same for Steve as well. That's some good, very good, very good skill here from all the guys on the intros, because it is atrocious out there, isn't it? Matt is now in fourth position in the Toro Rosso at the moment. So those are all the inters runners out there at the moment. Double is gone up to 9th. Sven is now gone up into 7th. Got Broke, who's in 10th at the moment. We got Didymus comes across the line and he's in 10th as well. Almost a 2-minute lap there from Didymus. So I think he took an adventure. Well, he went the long way around the lake. I have a feeling I think he just went off somewhere. Broke Gorilla's out there at the moment. So he's got a yellow flag and just taking a look to see where. I think it's at the hairpin. So on board Timmy now then, as he's coming on the back straight now, Timmy is, and he's also hit the wall somewhere and he's in the pits then. So what about Broke Gorilla then? He comes across the line. Didn't set time in Q1, but he was saving it all for now. And he's about to start his lap. I apologise. Yeah, I knew that. Anyway, we're just watching Not My Bad now. He's a championship leader at the moment. 43 points. incredible start to the season, isn't it? For not that bad, but anything happened in Formula 1, kind of, if you remember the years where McLaren were absolutely dominating in 98, remember they were so far in front. Same with Williams as well, and double and not that bad. They're almost getting the back end was slipping away from him there, but yeah, remember in '97 Villeneuve was so much quicker than everyone else in practice and qualifying. It was just scary, wasn't it? But in the race, it all went wrong, didn't it? In the first corner, we had one of the closest championships, didn't we, between Schumacher and Villeneuve? An absolutely epic showdown in Jerez, which ended a bit unsavoury. Same in '98 as well, when McLarens were just absolutely phenomenal. They was a second, I think 2 seconds quicker, weren't they, than the rest of the field? Absolutely dominating in '98, didn't they? And then it was again another final showdown between Schumacher and Hakkinen this time, and of course has joined again. And of course, Hakkinen didn't win that eventually as well. So yeah, in history we have seen that even though not that bad. Basically, what I'm trying to say is not that bad goes fifth at the moment. He's on the wet tyres at the moment. We've had a couple of guys that's on Inters. Timmy's now on the Inters as well. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, Broke Gorilla then. Well, we'll get out in a minute. Has gone 11 for the moment on a 27.6 there for Broke Gorilla. Has gone a bit wide there, and he's become the world's most expensive lawnmower. As we do have as Claus left the session again there, so hopefully he'll make up his mind in a minute. As we got Dave at the moment is now on the intermediate tyres, and so he's now having a venture out there. Of course, this is very much what Jonathan Cox predicted. Of course, in the comments earlier on, and yeah, the moment. So Timmy's now just going to come around, and so Asdog gets out qualifying. That's a big shock. That's a major shock at the moment. So that's a big shame for Asdog. I'd like to know what happened really, because that's a. I wonder if he got tangled up with someone, because that's quite an unusual place to go straight on at turn 3. And now then there's Timmy now coming out of the hairpin now, and he's about to start his lap then. So let's see what Timmy can do on the intermediate tyres. And let's ride on board with Timmy. Of course, Timmy announced himself on the IRC's scene in Azerbaijan, didn't he? Absolutely great podium there, absolutely phenomenal podium there from Timmy. He really showed some speed and some class and control in the car. On board of him now as he comes into turn 1 and 2. And yeah, getting back to my point, and I was talking about Timmy's teammate, which I started back 10 minutes ago. Oh, Dave's off! Dave is off! He's on the Inter tyres, and Dave's having a bit of troubles there. Of course, so he's gone off in turn 2, and that's one of the, oh my gosh, it's all getting a bit tasty there, and that's one of the Mercedes, I think, and that is not that bad, the championship leader. I know, right, we still got a wet runner. RU Racing, that was a phenomenal lap time from RU Racing. That was brilliant stuff. Brilliant lap time there from RU Racing. It really was. The old flying one. I think it is. I think it's these bunch here who giving each other a bit of grief. Oh, who's that? That's Snap, who's got off the track there. He's found a bit of a bumpy road as well there. And Timmy now coming down to the hairpin now. Is he? He's all right. Taking a nice little tight line there as well. Beautiful stuff then. Now accelerating away then. That kink, which yeah, it's not coming on the back straight now then. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, for the 5th time, yeah, Timmy's teammate, of course, which is not that bad, even though he started off the season so well. We've seen in history, as we see with Jacques Villeneuve, with Jacques Villeneuve and Hakkinen, did come down to the wire, so anything can happen still. What about Timmy? And he goes fastest. He's only 3 tenths of a second in front of RU Racing. RU Racing has had a phenomenal lap, hasn't he, on the wet tyres? Brilliant stuff. What about Didymus then? Didymus is, he's half a minute quicker than his previous best ever Didymus is, but he's got a big old, he's having a bit of handling problems there. Energy Dan is a second quicker. He's loving these conditions, isn't he? Energy Dan is looking very comfortable, isn't he? Like a duck to water. And yeah, there is a lot of water out there at the moment. What about Jonathan Cox? He's third in the championship at the moment then. And he comes across the curbs and accelerating away now. And what does he do? And he goes up in the 76th position there, Jonathan does. So, yeah. What about Energy Dan? He's in the pits, saying Energy Dan is. So, yeah, well, let's just take a look at Didymus then, who's out there at the moment. And Dave Shaw then, who unfortunately we seen him in the war earlier. So, sorry about that, Dave. We was actually watching Timmy, I think. Or, no, I think it was Didymus. And unfortunately we seen you at the war. So, wrong place, wrong time there. But, yeah, yeah, Dave was saying absolutely hard conditions. They are hard conditions, aren't they? And I'm surprised that these guys are actually trying on the intermediate tyres. They're very brave souls, and that's a very brave lap from Didymus. Phenomenal stuff. there from Didymus there. Wow, brilliant indeed. He's gone up into 9th position there. So yeah, well, good brave old lap there from Didymus there. Good stuff. Oh, Jonathan's off. Timmy's gone faster still. And yeah, these times are now so. What can RU Racing do? Because his was on the wet tyres. He needed only 3/10 of a second off. Roscoe at the moment is still chilling in the pit, so he doesn't fancy on getting wet out there at the moment. As now Sven then coming across the line. Well, he's in 10th for the moment. Remember, it's the top 10 we're aiming for at the moment. And I must admit, we haven't actually mentioned this yet, which is quite a big thing really for Q2. Of course, usually the strategy begins in Q2, doesn't it? But because they're on the wet weather tyres, you ain't gonna have to start the race on these wet weather tyres, well, all the intermediate tyres. So yeah, so from that point of view, then we're going to have an interesting race, aren't we? Really, I'm really looking forward to seeing what tyres are going. We had a mixture of tyre strategies last night, didn't we? And it's, when we were talking to Matt about strategy and things like that, where because oh, there's Snapshot. I think Snap might just might be confident of getting through, because Snap has done a very competitive time, hasn't he? As we were talking to Matt earlier, of course, Matt was talking about his strategy last night. Matt was saying about his strategy usually begins, and I think a lot of other drivers' the strategy usually begin in Q2, doesn't it? So so yeah, but not on this occasion. Timmy comes into the pits, so Timmy's done some very good running there. 900 of a second up RU Racing is at the moment, and he's on the back straight at the moment. This is usually where the second DRS zone is, but at the moment it's not, as the rain is still coming down there. And I don't think the conditions have improved much at all. And I thought RU Racing was in the wall there, but I tell you what, he's got some amazing saves there. It's almost defying physics. Incredible stuff. And he's 4/10 of a second up. This is looking phenomenal from RU Racing, isn't he? He's looking phenomenal, isn't he? Absolutely brilliant stuff out there. And someone's just jumped up there. I didn't see who it was. Sven is up into 8th now. Dave is 9th. Didymus is 10th at the moment. Just outside is Broke Gorilla, Energy down in double. Can Energy down, and Roscoe as well. Of course, Asdog M40 out of qualifying. What does RU Racing do? He comes across the line very. Oh, did he cut the corner there? We'll find out in a minute. But he comes across the line. He's hugging. That means that he will. Look at that. He's done 20.9. Fantastic. What about double? Whoa, double's 5/10 of a second up at the moment. That's putting him in the ballpark, isn't it? For double, so he needs a second up in the second sector. Can he carry this through? Is he going to get into Q3? He's a Q3 regular at the moment, isn't he? Double got a yellow flag out there, and that's one of the Haas just going away. Good stuff from there from Sven. And now double there, he's a second up. He is a Q3 regular now, isn't he? Double is. He's showing a lot of pace, isn't he? Of course, the IRC veteran. He's always there or thereabouts, isn't he? He is, of course, the most consistent driver. And he comes across the line. What's he do? This is going to be a great time. He's at 9th. He's at 9th position. Double is. So double is through. We've got 1:30 to go. Else is now Broke Gorilla there is fighting the car with everything he's got there. Blimey, he was wrestling that car, wasn't he? And once he do that, as he comes across the line, he's lost a lot of time. I think. Well, he's still getting 2/10 of a second, but he would have been a lot further up, I feel. But Energy Down has gone third. I'm sorry, 5th. That's great stuff from him. Energy Down hasn't scored any points yet this season, but he's showing some immense pace in that Ferrari in these wet weather conditions, isn't he? Energy Down is. He is. Oh, we got a car who's off first. Broke Gorilla, and he is out of qualifying. And that Force India, that racing point. I wish it was still called Force India. And that racing point is twitching as well. So that was a big, heavy impact there from Broke Gorilla. Dave is just trying to figure. Well, Dave might be on the lap here. Oh, very close indeed. And Dave's gone wide. Not that bad. It's going on the inside then, but if these two are on the lap, then it's not going to. Then really, they should know and should really give way. Ross going to give way into Snowden because he is. Oh, he hasn't set a time. This is the last gas pressure for Roscoe. Didymus is on the lap at the moment. Double is out of qualifying at the moment. Sven is in 10th position at the moment. So what can Didymus do? Double's in the points. Roscoe might be out. I think Roscoe's out. He is out. Oh no. And so Double is snuck back into a Q3 there. So who can stop him? What about Didymus? What about Roscoe? I think Roscoe's done. I think he's done. And what about Didymus? Is Didymus done as well? I think Didymus is still pushing on at this moment. Got a yellow flag and one out there. But so Double is once again snuck into the top 10 moment. Unless Roscoe Oh, Didymus has gone wide there. I'm not sure if Roscoe's pushing or not. We'll find out now. We're on board with Roscoe. I think he is still on it. Yes, he is still on it. So Roscoe still has a chance here of getting through. Can he do it? Without just dropping down to under 40 miles an hour there. So anyway, these conditions, I do echo Dave's sentiments. These are absolutely horrible conditions out there. And now, to be honest, these guys are very brave to be on the intermediate tyres in these really very difficult wet conditions. Didymus there, he is coming into the pits, and so is Roscoe. So that's it. That is it. Roscoe, Asdog, Broke Gorilla, and Sven are all out. That is incredible. Roscoe and Asdog, of course, the men who have been absolutely immense this season. They have really stepped up their game. They're both out of Q2. That is major, major, major stuff indeed. As I'm just taking a look to see, just make sure my stream shows in there, which I'm good. Let's give it a good old refresh, shall we? Turn it off and back on. So at the end of Q2, then we have lost two major scalps, haven't we? So I'm in absolute shock about that. Absolute shock. I'm so shocked. I'm speechless out there. That's yeah. As now we're just counting down into the end of Q2. And you can see then the weather conditions really haven't let up there. That's better. Oof. I thought I was talking to myself for a minute. And to be honest, I probably am. Well, technically I am because yeah, no one else is here. But absolutely great. It's absolutely great for energy. I think the stand-up performance in this qualifier so far. Look at that. That's awful weather conditions there at the moment. And I'm hoping, yes, that's cool. I got a bit worried there. And I'm also, no, I'm not quite. I thought it's going to be on level 16. So let's just take a quick look then. So, who's been knocked out? Roscoe left it too late there, didn't he? He is out. Asdog crashed at the, just going into turn 3 there. Unusual crash there. Well, we think he crashed unless he was helped in there. Broke Gorilla, 13th, 12th position. Didymus, 11th position. Sven. Double once again in Q3. He is definitely he's a very consistent runner this year, isn't he? Stio, Jonathan Cox, Dave, Matt, Snap, Energy Dan, Timmy, Are You Racing? Not that bad. The incredible stand-up performance. Energy Dan, brilliant stuff. He was right up there, isn't he? Energy Dan is, and hopefully we'll get something like that in the race. Jonathan Cox thinks we will. See those, we're in Q3 now. We're just waiting for the cars to get themselves sorted. Energy Dan then, absolutely phenomenal stuff. Well done. It's great to see Energy Dan in there, and he's out straight away. He's in no nonsense of a move. Double's out there as well, of course. Double once again in Q3. Really him and Snap have come on really strong this year, as well, to be honest, I reckon that a lot of the IRC drivers this season have absolutely really have had some awesome races, haven't they? If we look up and down the list, then of course we got Not That Bad then, who appears that he's had it all his own way, but he really hasn't. And of course Matt has really turned the corner, and I mean literally as well as figuratively as well. He's second at the moment. We expected Jonathan Cox there, but Roscoe and Asdog have really shown some strength and pace, especially in qualifying. Harry's done a very good job as well so far, hasn't he, in the 6th position in that McLaren. That McLaren is really suiting him at the moment. Dave was on a very difficult season, wasn't he? But that win in Monaco really can elevate him to the next level. He's really pushed him up there. Same with Fizzico. I think Fizzico had an absolutely awesome race earlier on. There's was it in Spain? Was it, or I think it was Spain, I'm sure it was, where he was flying, wasn't he? I think he got 4th in the end, didn't he? Yeah, it was Spain, an absolutely cracking drive. Well, he also got 5th, didn't he, in Azerbaijan, in China, Fizzico did, so very strong times. Timmy definitely made his mark in Azerbaijan, didn't he? But, of course, Sven really towards the end. Oh, Roger, that's RU Race News out of the qualifying, and where is he going? We're on board with him now. We're on board with someone. Where is he go? Oh, he's in the wall. He's in the wall at the, I think it's the race. It's the Wall of Champions. He is in the wall. Well, that's where the yellow flag is. Anyway, I can't... Was that a bit of debris? No, it's just a bit of leaves there coming off the trees then. So, Are You Racing is out, unfortunately. Are You Racing? You are not racing. You are out of qualifying. That is a big blow, it really is, because I thought Are You Racing would have been challenging for the front row. Surely he has looked phenomenal. And I've said that word loads of times, man. It's because Nosey has knocked me off my stride, hasn't he? Because I'm trying not to say great stuff or great racing. Anyway, on board then with Double. He is so then we've only got 9 cars then going for pole position at the moment. And then he comes down into the hairpin now. Then see, just getting under 20, just under 3 miles an hour. That's fun. That was how slowly. As also the hairpin was there, but he gets a good run off there, doesn't he? So he really sacrificed the entry in there, doesn't he? Double for absolutely fantastic exit and great. It gets a very good. He gets a slingshot, doesn't he, on the back straight then. Now he comes into the chicane then, and he goes. Look at that! Oh, did he cut the corner? I don't think he did. But Double's not a man that takes liberties with the track limits, does he? And he goes across the line. He does a 23.2 there. Energy Dan once again showing his pace. It's not just a flash in the pan from the Ferrari driver. Fantastic. Timmy does a 21.6. Jonathan Cox a 20.8 there. So Jonathan Cox has also joined the party as well, hasn't he? Now this is fantastic. Matt has gone third, a 21.8 so far. They're going to get 3 runs in this session. Yellow flag is fluttering out there at the moment, and just having a look to see where it is. Stio, of course, Stio returned, didn't he, in Monaco, and he has once again shown pace as well, but not that bad. It's on pole position at the moment on a 20.4. Not that bad. It's qualifying. Hasn't exactly been great this season, but I suppose then you don't really get points in qualifying, do you? Dave is now starting a lap. He's in turn 1 and 2 there. And now what about Snap then? Of course, Snap who we got Yo flying free. That's why there's a Williams flying off the track. Well, he's not flying off the track. He's got out of the way. Very nicely done there. As Are You Racing on a Q-ban? He needed to retire in Q3. Thank you. So, yep. Are You Racing then unfortunately got a qualifying ban. So once again, I really need to read the parish notices, don't I, before they start qualifying. Yes. So unfortunately for Are You Racing, then he had a quality ban, but from my point of view, that did make it a little more exciting. Well, it's a shame, really, actually, isn't it? But of course, rules are rules, and otherwise you'll have drivers like me taking liberties, and yeah, you don't really want that now, do you? Anyway, on board is Snap then as he comes into... No, he's in the pits. So Snap is in the pits. What about Dave then? He's accelerating out of the hairpin now. Is the rain easing off, do you reckon? Or do you reckon it's there or thereabouts? I think it's... I don't think it's easing off at all, really, is it? It was for the... Oh, it was for the Baku incident with Harry. Yeah, I remember now, yeah. It was a bit of a wilder lunch, wasn't it, in turn 15? Yeah, so it was... Sorry, Are You Racing? It was a bit of a justified penalty, really, wasn't it? I must admit, yeah, I must admit though, Baku is a very difficult race, isn't it? I must admit, I lost my head and drove into Roscoe in Monaco, didn't I? So yeah, really, I really want to talk, have I? Timmy's on a lap at the moment. He's on his second set of intermediate tyres, as is Matt as well. What about Energy Dan? He's 4 seconds off the pace, so I think Energy Dan and Claude is joined then. So Claude is back in the action. Dave is a 10th second off as well. I wonder if these intermediates are one and done. And Matt, let's see what's. I think they're all coming back in the pits now, and as we're now getting ready, then we're 6 minutes away. Well, we're about 8 minutes away from the main event, the race, which is coming up momentarily as well. Which is, to be honest, it's quite difficult really, because I must admit I do love qualifiers as much as the race. And this qualifier said, oh, and I wonder if Timmy missed the pits there because it looks like he slowed down. But anyway, Timmy then coming across the line. And of course he's still third one. What about Matt? Matt is also 7 tenths of a second off, so I'm wondering if it's going again. Here's an interesting theory then. I'm wondering if these guys are not going to get a fresh set of intermediate tyres because maybe the worn sets might get them better grip, better purchase. So this is going to be fairly interesting. Well, Dave is 2 seconds up there in the final sector then. And here we go, we're on board Dave now. You see he's got a lot of errors, hasn't he? Because really in the wet you don't need errors. He's third fastest and a great time, 3.5 seconds quicker than his previous best there from Dave. So he's up into third. He's really getting himself in the mix. Once again, as I said, Stio, since returning in Monaco last week, he is a very, very dangerous man, isn't he? Of course, he's moved himself into a length already in the championship, and he's only done 2 races. So of course he's done 1 in Australia and 1 in Monaco. It seems like he's only been on the on more of the street circuits, even as I say that very loosely as well, especially around Montreal, but it is technically a street circuit, isn't it, I suppose? But yeah, so Steve really enjoyed himself at the moment. Great to see him back here as well. Timmy and Matt are on a snaps out the qualifying. So that's 2 men now. That's RU Racing and Snap, who I don't think Snap has a oh, he's in the World Champions. He is in the World Champions. That's a big old crash there from Snap. That's a big blow from Snap as well. So he is dropped. He is going to start 10th then. And that's a big shame now for Snap, it really is. So he is he's visiting the World Champions, and I think Dave's getting himself warmed up, ready for the formation lap, which is coming up momentarily. And let's just take a quick look at the standings, as we got just under 4 minutes to go, or just over 4 minutes to go. Not that bad. Fastest 14th second front, Jonathan Cox at the moment, who is first and second. Third position is Dave. Here he is at the moment. We got Steve in 4th position. Timmy 5th, Matt is 6th, Energy Dan is loving life out there at the moment on those inters, 7th, double 8th. RE Racing has got a Q3 ban and is in 9th position, and Snap is in 10th position. Unfortunately, he's visited the World Champions and will not take part in this qualifying session then. So let's just ride on board with Energy Dan and he's well, I don't think he's too concerned about his energy. Sorry, about his engine there, is he? And really revving there, isn't he? There, he's 3/10 of a second up on his outlap there. Let's ride on board, Dan. Then he's coming into turn 2. Then you can see, look how slippery the track will be. And compare, if you can, think about last night and how it's completely different tonight. Then you see the track was bone dry last night, not a drop of water anywhere. Turn at 3 and 4. Then you can see then and then keeping well off the curves, then into 5. And you can see then that was where Panis broke his legs, wasn't it? And 6 of a second of Energy down there. He's floated slightly wide there in 7 and 8 then. Accelerating away now then. You can see on the back straight. And of course we had some interesting crashes there, didn't we? I think it was 2007 as well, where the marbles really started to cause an issue. That would be in the tram lines, didn't we? Here's 9 and 10 here. And now coming down then into the turn 11 hairpin then. And he is really revving that Ferrari, isn't it? Now dropping now into turn 11, and you can see dropping down to third gear, second gear, first gear. Now accelerating away, getting good purchase again then. Turn 12 is not really much of a turn, is it, to be honest? But as you can see then, and now here we go onto the back. We're expecting a lot of action here. Remember, back in the old days, these used to be a series of sweeps, didn't they? Then now it's just a straight line. Now into the hairpin. This is where you can make or break your lap. Beautifully done there. Wow! And you almost bit of sideways stop there. And as Harry, I think it says the sound glitch. And then Dan goes up into 6th position, and Harry has helpfully pointed out to me that it's a sound glitch. So yeah, it did look a bit odd. You can see there's my amateur ways there. I'm glad that Harry and Steve and Dave and Jonathan and everyone else who's commented tonight is helping me out, because as you can see, I seem to just get confused by the littlest of things. Yeah, so Energy Dan then is in 6th position. I tell you what, Energy Dan is doing a fantastic job today. He really is. I've said that several times already, but we must like say how amazing he's done. He hasn't got any points yet, has he? He's been a bit unlucky. Hopefully he can get himself a clean race and get himself on the scoreboard. So on board then with Matt at the moment, and so as Matt's coming out to the second sector now. What about Timmy? Timmy's also on a lap as well. We got a load of guys on an out lap, so look at those. Not that bad. Jonathan Cox, Dave and Steve all out there. And we just seen a car who went a little wide off, and that was Energy Dan. Dave's retired. Dave's retired. So Dave is retired from the session there, and that's a big blow. Oh, there he's off. That's a wow, he's done a Trilly. That's the only other car I can remember that's been in that wall. Of course, Trilly had that problem coming out of the pits. Of course, in that infamous 2007, we got a yellow flag on the pit straight. So Matt Dan going to deter Matt though. He comes across the line, and what does he do? He stays in. Well, he's a 10th of a second up. Timmy is fastest at 20.3, so he's on that pole position at the moment with 22 seconds to go. Jonathan Cox there is no, that's not Jonathan Cox, that's Energy Dan. Not the bad out there. What about Steve? Steve is out there at the moment, and he's in the middle sector now, coming out of turn 10 now. Then you see them now just coming down the hill into the hairpin, and let's look at this. And he drops down into first gear as well. Look at that. He takes a bit more speed than Oh dear, a bit more speed than Energy Dan out there. And now then, as he comes up, now he's just got the 13 and 14 chicane to come. This, as we said before, this will where you can win or lose a lap, really, can you? Let's just go back on board. Look at that! That is brilliant! Oh, and you can see the car is the back end was trying to overtake the front now. But what about this? Is it? Oh, he stays fifth, and that's it. So not that bad is not that bad's done. So not that bad is done. So he will not be on pole position once again in qualifying. It just doesn't go the way. His energy down was I think improved there. What about Jonathan Cox? Jonathan Cox is also on the back straight as well. Timmy is as well. So let's see who's going to be the first one to cross the line. I think it's going to be Matt. So Matt is the first one to cross the line. So what's he doing? He's 7th at the moment. Here he is. He's coming up to the line then. What is he doing? Let's have a look. He's third fastest. So he's gone up in the third. Good stuff there from Matt. Timmy is in the pits, and so Timmy's in the pits, and also Energy Dan's in the pits. Congratulations to Energy Dan, fantastic qualifying. Jonathan Cox, this is it. Oh, I think he's cut the corner, but he's still on board for him now then as he drives to the line, and I think that's it there for Jonathan. What a lineup. We got the two Mercedes, like we did yesterday. Of course, the two Mercedes finished 1 and 2, and here today in qualifying now we're first and second on the grid. Fantastic stuff. And wow, good end to qualifying, everyone. And I echo that. What a lap from Timmy. Unfortunately, we missed a bit of that, didn't we? Because yeah, but good luck there from Timmy. He just pulled that one out of nowhere. Fantastic. As I echo again, great to have you all along with us here tonight. Of course, and let's just quickly go through the order then. So Timmy on pole position by 10th of a second from not that bad. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Matt has got himself on the third. Of course, he's second in the championship at the moment. He's going to definitely poke his nose into the first corner, isn't he? So Mercedes has got to be wary. Jonathan Cox in 4th position. Of course, Jonathan is third in the championship as well. So once again, so we've got the two championship challengers on the second row, and I spent way too long talking about the the front four. But don't worry, we got a whole formation lap to go through the whole grid then. I'm really looking forward to this, to be honest. Who do you reckon's going to win then? Of course, obviously the odds-on favourite. If you're a betting man, you have to probably go for the championship leader. Not that bad. He's just been almost unstoppable. But Timmy's lap was absolutely phenomenal, and I feel that I think Jonathan Cox is Matt and Jonathan Cox look quite strong around here, don't they? And of course we got all sorts, haven't we? We got Asdog in Roscoe, which is lower down the order, so we're gonna watch them come through the field as well. So the first couple of laps, we got 35 laps around here, so this is quite a logged race, isn't it? In terms of lap edge, isn't it? Yeah, we got to. I hope I'll be all sitting comfortably, and we're ready to go. You can see all the cars are just twitching there, probably as nervous as the drivers. Here we go then, and let's just take a look. Oh, look at all these struck tires there. That's great. We've got a bit of multicolour, haven't we, in the tower? 16 cars around here. Then they got to get around that very tight first couple of corners. Remember, we had the Vert's barrel roll here in '98, didn't we? Well, in '98, I think we had two crashes, didn't we? I think Jarno Trulli is involved in both, unfortunately. So Timmy is on pole position. He's on the medium compound tyre. Second is not that bad, medium as well. Matt is third, also on the medium. Jonathan Cox is at 4th. He's on the hard compound tyre, so he's going for a longer run. Dave, who is in 5th position at the moment, he'll be going a lot quicker in the racing, qualified in 5th position. 6th position is Steve. 7th position is Energy Dan. Steve is on soft tyres, so is Energy Dan. And Double and Are You Racing. Expect some incredible, and a lot of lag going on, expect some incredibly attacking opening couple laps from then. Snap is on the hard compound tyre, and he's got no time to waste, has he? He's flying out there. So Snap is really not interested in the formation lap at all. Then we've got Sven in 11th position on the medium compound tyres. Diddy Mustang 12th, soft. Broke Grillos on soft as well. Asdog on the medium compound tyre. Hard compound tyre for Roscoe, and he fell through the track there. That's not a good sign. And we got Claude in 16th position here. As Timmy is on his own, and we got not that bad. And yeah, we got all these shenanigans to get on the formation lap here, which I must admit is actually Oh, Snap's already on the grid and ready to go, so Snap is wasting no time at all. And oh, we got both Red Bulls on there as well, so I think that Roscoe had enough of the games. So absolutely good stuff as well. And Dan Murphy's just said good luck everyone, and yeah, we're on a bit of chaos here, aren't we? As so as yeah, Dan Murphy just said good luck everyone, and I tell you what, to get to navigate around Montreal, you'll definitely go into you definitely gonna need a bit of luck, ain't you? We've got a lot of cars on the track already, haven't we, at the moment? And we've got a lot of jittering going on, haven't we, out there? As I think Dave Dave actually, it was the opposite round. It wasn't Ross that spoiled Dave's fun on the formation lap. I think it was Dave that spoiled Ross's fun. Anyway, you can see then they're coming out into the final. Oh, look at this! What a lovely shot that is. Then right, the fun and games are over now. I do enjoy the formation lap, I gotta say. But well, not as much of the race though. And you can see here we go. We've got both Mercedes on the front row. Absolutely great lap from Timmy then. Right. We're waiting for those 5 sets of lights to come on. When they go out, we'll be racing. There's no green lights, is there, anymore in Formula 1? Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. There'll be a pause. And it's go! And it's a bit of wheel spin there, and I think the Autobahns on a fantastic start. The takes lead. We've also got 3 abreast going down into 2, and then we've got a bit of damage already there. Jonathan Gox is going on the outside. David's dropping down. I think the Dave might have damage, and both Ferraris are third and fourth. Fantastic start from the Ferraris there. And look, we've also got Dave around and look there. We've got Matt in 6th position. 7th position is Brooke Breeze had a fantastic start. Steve, are you racing double? Asdog gets up to 11th. Didymus 12th. 13th is Snap. 14th is Roscoe. 15th is Sven, and Claude is in 16th position then, and just having a quick look, and that's a very tidy start indeed. Well done to all the 16 drivers out there, beautifully done. I think we got a bit of damage on Dave's front wing now. There's a bit of debris come off, and Energy Dan is looking very very sharp at the opening stage of the race. Both Mercedes 1, 2 and 7/10 second already then. So the Energy Dan is 4th for the moment, and Dave is just gaining at the moment. And we got Matt in 6th position. Broke Gorilla up into 7th. He's out of Broke Gorilla is really good at the start, isn't he? Just keep it on, Broke Gorilla. Fantastic stuff. And he is up 6 positions then. Up 4th position is Asdog. Good start from Asdog. Energy Dan, fantastic start. He's up into 4th position as well. Coming through to complete lap 1 then. Here we go then. The gaps are 0.2 of a second between first and second. And now who was that in the wall then? I think that was one. The Williams is getting very close there. And this is getting very dangerous. So that's Dave going on the inside into turn 1, but he's going to go on the outside. We've also got double on Didymus, who have gone side by side as well. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, there's all going on as well. And Roscoe's gone a bit wide then, John. Of course, he's got penalty already. That's not going to help him at all. We haven't even touched on the track limits at the moment, have we? Because well, we haven't had time, have we? It's been whoa, and no, that's I thought that was going to be a lunge there, but there's Are You Racing there, who's just up here, just behind the CEO at the moment. He's on the soft compound tires, and he is just having a look, but yeah, nothing venture, nothing gain, isn't it? So and just in front of Broke Gorilla having a fantastic job out there at the moment, isn't he? Energy Dan, I think, has been phenomenal out there. Look, as we got to the front 3 and now starting to pull away. Are You Racing? As soon as he's on the outside, but Steve's going to have the inside. Oh, look at that, chopping him off. Brutal. I love it. Amazing stuff there. Is Steve there just slams the door shut then on Are You Racing then. So of course, he doesn't want Are You Racing to go on the outside at the moment. Back on board of Are You Racing then. 3/10 of a second moment behind Stio at the moment. Stio is on he's in the pit. He's in the pit. Stio is. So he's in the pit already, and not that bad. It's at the fast lap of the race moment. And Broke Gorilla is getting very interested in Matt, isn't he, at the moment? As look, Asdog up into 9th position, double 10th. Then we got Sven and Claude. Then we got Stio in the pits. He's on the hard compound tire. That's wing damage. Roscoe also got wing damage as well. Snap is I think also in the pits as well. Broke Gorilla. Where's Broke gone? He's dropped down to 9th. Oh, and that's a clout in the wall there. That's a big win. I know he's out. And Broke Gorilla is out of the race, and that's a big old crash. That's where Panis crashed in 97. Broke both his legs. I hope Double's all right. Sorry, I hope Gorilla's all right. And that's a shame to end the race, because he's become a demon starter, isn't he, Broke Gorilla? But unfortunately, they're out of the race. Rejoin the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Are You Racing now into 7th position. Asdog is up into 8th position now. Didymus in 9th position. So we've got 2 men who aren't on the points yet, who is in the points. Energy Dan is looking very good out there in 4th position, isn't he? He's loving this track. Absolutely phenomenal stuff from Dan. Brilliant. And so we're coming through then to complete lap 3 now. Oh, Energy Dan's got and now Dave is going to go on the outside. Brilliant, he's through. And Jonathan Cox, and oh, Timmy there just giving the cold shoulder there. Dave is up to 4th position. Now he's got the pace to get after these two. Jonathan Cox is now all over the back end. Energy Dan's got a 3-second penalty. Jonathan Cox has also got a 3-second penalty as well. Both Ferraris are really fighting their way, aren't they, at the moment in terms of penalties. As you see now, Matt is now all over the back of Energy Dan. Energy Dan is starting to struggle with soft compound tyres. And Matt is, as RU Racing now getting very close to the rear end now. And then we've got Asdog in 8th position. Blimey, absolutely staggering stuff out there at the moment. And then, as I must admit, as Broker's left the session, I bet you as soon as I look down, something's going to happen. But I am going to look down and take a penalty will play a part in this race for sure. I absolutely agree with you. Last night, remember, the first man to cross the line was one of the Mercedes, wasn't it? But of course Hilserath won the race last night, didn't he? Because he kept it clean. No penalties at all for Hilserath. Oh, I thought he was in the wall there. Jonathan Cox is Davis 4th, Energy Dan is 5th, and look who's looking very intense here. And we got also Sven and Double there going side by side. Sven is up into 10th position. Good overtake there from Sven. Remember, Double is all about the strategy, isn't he? He doesn't get flustered at all by anything. A very laid back guy, isn't he? Double is, and that's what you need in the car. And Harris has said, think it was Matt's wing at the start. He had a shocking start. Yes, he did, but he's doing a good job and needs to come back through. As Roscoe and Snapper going side by side. Did he must have got a 3-second penalty at the moment. So we're just watching this battle here. So there's Dave now, a second in front of Energy Dan, but then behind him, it's anyone's game, isn't it? Fantastic stuff. That's because he got leaves coming off the trees here at the moment. And Are You Racing? Is on board? Are You Racing? Is he going to have a look? No, not quite. Sure, it's a very dangerous corner to overtake around there at turn 10. And lovely on-board action here. Brilliant stuff. This is on the soft compound tyre. So the question is, what strategy is going to be on now? So Jonathan Cox there is... Matt's hit the wall! Sorry, Matt's hit the Ferrari! Matt's hit the Ferrari, and he is... That's going to be more wing damage than on the Toro Rosso. So, oh dear, it's not going too well for Manuel. He's on the medium compound tyre as well. So he's going for a one-stopper here. And Dan Murphy, watch out for Cox with his strategy. And indeed, he is looking very strong. We've got a yellow flag out there at the moment. So what is the yellow flag for? Double! Oh no! Double's gone off at the hairpin there, and he's just recovering now. Matt's in the pits then. So then, this battle's now going to resume then without Matt, unfortunately. But Energy Dan then is now his 5th. Are You Racing the 6th at the moment? Yeah, I think that Dan Murphy is exactly right about Jonathan Cox's strategy. He's on the hard compound tyre as well, so very rightfully so. Lovely shot here of the trees. Is it going to go up the inside in turn 6? Not quite. Roscoe set the fast lap of the race, of course. He's in 13th position. But lovely shot here on the side of the rain light here. Look at that. That's a brilliant shot, isn't it? That's the kind of shot you want to. And he's through. There is Energy Dan. Look at that. It's incredible. Wow, amazing shot. And now Are You Racing is now up into 5th position at the moment. Then we've got Energy Dan. It's now under a lot of pressure from Asdog here. Asdog, of course, started way down the order. And Energy Dan there. I thought he was going in way too deep there. But not that bad. It's now within range of Timmy as well. Of course, remember DRS is available. It was available like 3 laps ago, but yeah. Oh, he's giving him the squeeze there. Energy Dan's gone on the inside, but Asdog is going to go on the outside now and coming into the chicane here. This could get very juicy. Energy Dan, wow, how incredible about the speed there going through the hairpin. Fantastic stuff from Energy Dan. Carrying a lot of speed there in the background is Didymus. Doing a good job there, Didymus. So, well done. There's, as you see, coming now into turn 1 and 2 then. I must admit, I'm full of praise of Energy Dan. They've done a fantastic job. Not that bad then. Is now coming under a lot of pressure then from Timmy and Jonathan Cox. Jonathan Cox is looking quite quick out there in that Ferrari, isn't he? I think that Dan Murphy is definitely right about that, isn't he? So yeah, Jonathan Cox is looking to come through us out there, motors. We're on board and for Asdog again. He is really pressuring Energy Dan. Are You Racing is 1.5 seconds up at the moment. And Energy Dan there just keeping it in the middle of the road at the moment, and you can see that down the bottom right hand side. Oh no, he's in the wall, and I think that's going to give Asdog a chance on the outside. Energy Dan is gone in deep, and Asdog's going to do the old switcheroo, and he's now through and up into 6th position. Good stuff there, and he should get DRS as well. Of course, DRS he was behind Energy Dan on the detection, so Whoa! I thought that was going to be an airplane crash there. Asdog there, of course, he's got DRS, so he will have the straight line advantage. Oh, he's got into him now. It's a big crash. That is huge. Energy dying is out. Asdog is... I think Asdog's alright, but no, well, he's not alright. That is a huge, huge accident. I think Energy Dan must have misjudged his braking point and is in and went to the back of Asdog. Oh no, Energy Dan there is having a fantastic qualifying, fantastic race, and then it just goes so it can go so wrong so quickly. Claude is up into 8th position. Brilliant driving from Claude, keeping it out of trouble, and Energy Dan is out of the Canadian Grand Prix. Asdog is in and out of the pits. He is on the soft compound tire. Asdog is. It's oh, that's a bit disappointing there, isn't it? From what happened there, I wonder. I'm not sure if it was lag or if it was just misjudged his braking point there. We've got two Toro Rossos there coming in close company of Mount. Claude doing a great job out there, isn't he? Fantastic stuff from Claude. Of course, Claude hit the World Champions earlier on, didn't he? But we're on board with Matt now at the moment, so Matt, of course, is staying in championship mode. And oh, and I thought he's going to go into the background now. And, Claude's done 7 laps on the soft compound tires. As Didymus, he's doing a great job. Didymus, he's up into 6th position at the moment, and then Are You Racing is of course up into 5th. Dave is doing a good job in 4th position, but it's the front 3, isn't it, in the league? We're going to have a look at the front 3 in just a few minutes, but before we do, let's just have a look at is Mac, who's on fresh tires, on the medium compound tires. Those soft tires are going to be almost past their best now, and Claude's gone very wide. A 3-second penalty from Jonathan Cox again. So of course these penalties are definitely going to come back to haunt Jonathan later on, I reckon. Jonathan, remember, is on the slower strategy. Asdog might be racing a bit of anger in the moment. Of course, the Energy Dan unfortunately went to the back of Asdog there, but again, we must stress: was it lag or was it misjudged braking point? But it was a big impact indeed. And Philip the Titan, looking good, excellent stuff. And of course, as Stio is dropped down into 12th position because Asdog is now coming. Is now starting to really come through the field like a hot knife through butter. Claude is again now under a bit of pressure there. He's going. Oh, and now is Roscoe going out? No, not quite. Claude there is still in front at the moment. Asdog is 4 seconds back from this battle at the moment. And I thought Roscoe was going to go off there at the moment. As Claude there is gone wide there. Is Roscoe going to go for the switchback? No, he's too far back at the moment, wasn't he? Pit stop before Are You Racing at the moment? Yes, it's Are You Racing in the racing point at the moment. So he is in the pits. What tyre is he going to go on? He's going to go on the medium compound tyre, and so he's going to have to do another stop, I believe. Now Claude is he's in the pits. Claude is. I've also got Didymus in the pits. Oh, he's got to change his front wing, Didymus has, but hopefully that shouldn't derail what has been an absolutely fantastic opening first stint then. Brilliant stuff. And oh, look, Dave is now only 8/10 of a second behind these guys, so Dave has been reeled in, and now we've got a 4-car battle for the lead here in Canada. Fantastic. And this is going to get very, very tasty as well, isn't it, in the coming laps. We have got 25 laps to go in this race, so we ain't even at half distance yet, guys. Yeah. So I like to. Who's going to win this race? Well, it could be one of the first 4. It could be Are You Racing as well. Are You Racing is looking very strong at the moment. We've got Matt, who's now starting to gain on Sven as well. So go back through the field at the moment. Yeah, we got great racing up and down the field. So Matt has come back through the field as well. He's on the medium compound tire at the moment. And Harry has just said Energy Dan and Asdog was similar to what Az did to me last week. So. Yeah, of course, if you remember, there was an incident between Harry and Asdog, wasn't there, in the battle for the lead. We'll come back as a minute. So now Matt's going to go up the inside track position, and he's displaced Sven, and Sven is down into 7th position. But yeah, it was the battle for the lead in Monaco, wasn't it? And it was yeah. I think Asdog might have been. Well, I'm not sure if I think it might have been a bit unfair to say he was drawing on good, but Monaco can be a very hard. And Philip the Titan has said that the pit strategy and the use of air control will win the race. I love this stuff. Indeed, it will. I reckon that all you guys are absolutely all the opinions is absolutely immense. So well done, guys. And I think that you've definitely hit the nail on the head there. Air control is very important around here because this is a very thirsty track for the electric recovery system. Then Dave is just dropping back slightly then, so I'm wondering if he's just trying to get his just cool off his tires, cool off his brakes. Of course, remember, these are basically like heat engineers, aren't they? But I think that Timmy's going to feel like he wants to be more of an overtaking engineer at the moment, and that really didn't go anywhere where I thought it was going to go to begin with. At the moment, but Timmy is now really starting to cause some pressure, isn't he, on the back of his teammate at the moment. Of course, Mercedes once again showing. Are you racing? To be honest, Are You Racing? Keeping on Are You Racing as well. He has looked very good so far in this event. It's great stuff as well. See, Are You Racing here? Roscoe is now on the back of Sven at the moment, and you see in the background there, Asdog is flying on those soft compound tyres. We're on board then with Roscoe then. So let's just take a quick look at what's going on in the race so far. Energy down, of course, out of the race, as is Broker as well. So we got both. Well, he's going to go up the inside into turn 6. That's a great move, brilliant, lovely done there from Roscoe. Sven probably didn't put up too much of a fight there, but he is on his own strategy, isn't he? So to be honest, it's probably harder to do that, really, isn't it? Really, especially when you're on strategy and you see it's very hard to. Oh, Timmy's rolled the dice. So Timmy's rolled the dice and he's in the pits. So the Mercedes driver is in the pits. Is the overcut going to be good enough around here? What tire is he going to go on? Is that the soft? He's going on the soft. Oh, he's damaged his front wing. That's going to cost him. Not that bad. It's got a 3-second penalty. He's in and out the pit, so he's damaged his front wing. That's going to be an extra 5 seconds, I think. Are You Racing this through? So this could be the turning point in the race then. So I think that undercut, and that's not that bad, damaged his front wing as well. That might be... I think that undercut ain't going to work too well, is it? Matt is through as well, so Timmy has lost a lot of time there, hasn't he? Yellow flag. Diddy Mans is out. Oh, he's in the wall of champions. He's in the wall of champions. Diddy Mans is the first one. Safety car. So, yeah, that was bad timing. So, this is a good time for Claude is saying that. Who's going to come in the pits? Well, at the moment, 12, 13 and 14. Is Steve going to come in the pits? No, they're all staying out because all these guys have come in the pits. What about drive-through penalty for Asdog for speeding on the safety car there? Oh, that's a big blow. And a double has rolled the dice. It comes to the pits then. So is this the time to come in the pits then and Philip the Titan? Man, what, they're on fire today. They are indeed. Absolutely fantastic overtake from Roscoe there, and nice overtake. And of course that pit entry is ridiculous. High speed straight with slowish corner. And that was Energy done. So I think he might have been calling the pits, and unfortunately Asdog wasn't. So yeah, might have been misjudged there. So that's a bit of a shame, really. But yeah, that is right. This high speed pit entry has caused all sorts of issues in the past. I think Guido van der Garde has been an instance there. Sutil as well. So is Rory Riggs going to take the lead? This is going to be close. Not a bad is there. So not a bad retains the lead, but Are You Racing is now starting in second position. Now Jonathan Coates will be like, how has he got? Oh, Jonathan Coates almost at the wall. Dave is out in 4th position. Matt 5th. Timmy 6th. Sven is in 7th position. Sven hasn't come in the pits. That's an interesting strategy there from Sven. Asdog back in the pits, and so he's damaged. So he's damaged his front wing again. Asdog is. So he's in car 22. He's in and out of the pits. So is car 84 of Roscoe. He is on the medium compound tire. Asdog's going on the hard compound tire. As has Snap as well. So what about the rest of them? So Claude is coming through, as is Steve as well, and Double is on the hard. So we're on lap 14 then. Let's just sit back and see what's going through. And it's a drive through. It's a drive through Roscoe. Yep, Dan Murphy is exactly correct. Also we have got Alexander. Are You Racing is having a really good race until now. He is indeed. Safety car has changed John's race. Can't see the mediums doing 21 laps and still keeping with not that bad pace on hards. Yeah, I think that this is the safety car is probably not the thing that Jonathan wanted here. But I'm interested to see what Are You Racing's pace can be as well. Of course, he's on the media compound tire. Are You Racing's going to come in the pits again, I feel, and I think that's the same with Jonathan Cox as well in 3rd position. So then, at lap 14 then of this Canadian Grand Prix, Didymus has caused the safety car. He's gone to the wall of champions. Didymus has left the session as well. Unfortunate there. So we got not that bad lead in 2nd is Are You Racing. Jonathan Cox is 3rd. Not that bad. Not that bad is 1st. Are You Racing 2nd. Jonathan Cox is 3rd. There we go. That's your podium. 4th position is Dave at the moment. He's on the hard compound tire. So watch Dave towards the end of this. He won't need to stop again, I don't believe. And fifth position is Matt at the moment. So there's Matt. Sixth position is Timmy. He's unfortunately damaged his front wing and he's dropped himself slightly out of contention now. Asdog is back up to 7th, so he can get some points still. Roscoe's in 8th. Claude is in 9th position. Snap is in 10th. Sven is coming out of the pits now on the hard compound tire, as is Steve on the medium compound tires, and Double is in 13th position so far. So, wow, there's a safety car then. It's been out for a couple of laps now. And, oh no! I'm wondering, Steve has gone off. He's out of the race. And where's he gone off? We're on board with him. We're on board with his teammate Double. And, oh, he's in the wall. He's done a truly. He's in the wall. And that's a big blow for Steve. And he is out of, oh, lovely shot. And he's out of the Canadian Grand Prix. As you probably know by now, I love this shot. But yeah, that's a big blow for, that's a big blow for Steve there, because he looks like he come out of the pit and went straight into the wall and has blown his chance of points for Williams today. What a shame. Dave's got a great chance of second as long as he can keep Matt behind him. That's also Murphy's Murphy's law. Murphy's prediction. And so then his safety car, is it coming in this lap? It ain't yet, but you can tell it ain't coming in yet because the lights are still on the safety car. When the lights go out, then that means that the drivers are going to prepare to get racing then. And when we do get racing, not that bad, it will become the de facto safety car. And of course they cannot overtake until they cross the, I think it's the start finish line now, isn't it, rather than the safety car line, I believe. So then this is kind of this kind of broke the race very nicely into two halves, hasn't it, really? So yeah, well, unfortunately, yeah, so I feel that Brooke Brillo unfortunately crashed in turn 6 there, didn't he? He damaged his front wing, which probably gave him a lot of understeer, which meant that he was carrying too much speed and damaged his car in turn 6. Energy down, I think might have been coming into the pits, but misjudged that Asdog wasn't, and then crashed into the back of Asdog there. Didymus went out at the Wall of Champions, that's it. Went out the Wall of Champions, and he's of course the safety car. We've got a bit of sunshine out there now, so a bit of heat on the track, which would be what the hard tires might actually be a good advantage for here. And I tell you what, these Canadian shots are absolutely fantastic. We're now on board the front wing of the Mercedes there, and you can see in the back, in the front, there is that Mercedes AMG safety car out there at the moment. You can see that not that bad. It's just warming up its tires, slamming on the brakes to get the brake temperature up to. So these are basically like formation laps, don't they? Really, they got to get their tires up to temperature, their brakes up to temperature as well, but keep the engine cool as well, because they don't want to lose performance, do they? And of course that wasn't a problem in the rain earlier. Was the area safety car is in at the end of this lap then. So here we go then. We're going to be racing again then here around Montreal then. So lap 16 out of 35, basically half distance then. Are you racing? Has it got a chance of doing 25 laps on the medium tires? Also with the pack bunch, Timmy on the soft isn't sitting too pretty. No, he's not. So it's Jonathan, I'm surprised Timmy. Oh, look at this. We'll come back to that in a minute, because look at this. We didn't have many shenanigans with the safety car last. Severe collision. Roscoe and Timmy have gone into each other, and oh no, oh dear. And I think Roscoe's damaged his front wing. I think he's on board with him briefly, and not that bad's gone. So we were back racing here in Montreal. So not that bad. It's got the jump in. Are you racing in second, third position? There's 4. Look at this then. As they're all coming through. Matt is in front of the. No, he ain't. Not quite. And we've got a yellow flag flying around out there. That's Roscoe in the pits. He has damaged his car. He's gone to the back of 2, and that's a big blow for Roscoe. And he's also got a 5-second penalty as well. So are you ready? Sorry, not that bad. Absolute cracking start, didn't he? Beautiful stuff there to the moment. Jonathan Cox there is just 3 tenths of a second behind. And then we've got Dave in 4th position. 5th position is Matt. 6th position Timmy. 7th position is Asdog. 8th position Roscoe's out of the race. Claude 8th. 9th Snap. 10th is Sven. 11th is Double. And Claude could potentially get some more points then. At the moment, not that bad then. Is second in front. He's done an absolute textbook start, hasn't he? As Roscoe's also left the session there, very disappointed. I think Roscoe was without Timmy on board now. He's on the soft compound tires. And let's just is he going to have a look? No, not quite at the moment. Then you can see we've got a bit of a train now forming behind Dave at the moment. Dave in 4th position, doing exactly what he was doing in Monaco, really just keeping out of harm's way at the moment. He knows this long old race, isn't it? We're just going up to half distance now in this race only. So absolutely phenomenal stuff. As we're coming through, and look at got a 3-second penalty. I don't really know what the penalty situation is like, to be honest, because I struggle to keep up with it. as DRS is not available yet. We got another lap, I think, before DRS will be available then. As a look at Timmy there, he's going to go on the outside. He's going to go on the outside, but Matt slammed the door shut there because Timmy is he's not going to let Timmy go on the outside there, surely. And now back on board then. See, turn 3 is coming very... Oh man, almost how close did he get to the wall there? Absolutely a whisker away. And you see then at the moment then there's a 2-second gap then between Dave and Jonathan Cox in the front 3 and now pulling away. Then Timmy really can see the party leaving without him now, can he? As he was in that battle at the front, but unfortunately a no-time stop and a damaged front wing. It's really costing him here, but he's still in 6th position. He's got a lot of momentum out of turn 10 now, and now coming down into 11, and he's on the outside. Matt will be on the inside then. He's braked very late there, hasn't he? But he's gone on the traction. That's a great move, fantastic move. What a great move on the outside from Timmy. He is up into 5th position. He has got the bit between his teeth now. He's going on. There's no DRS yet, as you can see. He's gaining. He's going to do the old-fashioned way. He's going to go on the outside of Dave. No, not quite. Dave's doing a good job there. He's on the hard compound tire. Dave he's sitting very good as well. DRS has now enabled this lap. So IRC Racing is now really is now attacking. Not that bad, isn't he? Timmy there putting his wheels on the ground, so that ain't going to help his traction there, is it? Well, he ain't got a mind, is he? At the moment, he's absolutely flying up there. You see, look at this. So it's all Lionel Stern at the moment, isn't it? There's Asdog in the back of that pack at the moment. Claude is just 2 seconds back at the moment. And look, is he going to go into turn 6? No, he ain't. Not quite. And the front end is still 4/10 of a second between on the band and IRC Racing. Jonathan Cox is a further half-second back at the moment. DRS is now enabled then. So is this going to help into turn 10 here? Not quite. Coming under the bridge there. Oh, Dave has gone wide there and he's lost momentum. He's lost a huge amount of momentum and then going through it up into 4th position is Tim. He's through. Is Dave going to have a lunch back on board, Dave? No, very sensible driving there from Dave. And it's he's gone a bit wide there and that might get a bit interested there. But Timmy doing a very good job. I tell you what, a monster overtake, isn't he, on the outside of Matt in the hairpin. Fantastic stuff. And now is Dave going to feel it? He's going to be feeling a bit of the he's going to feel the pressure now from the Toro Rosso then. But still fine drive from these guys at the moment. Asdog is, Matt's hit the wall. That's a lot of damage has come off Matt as well, and he's going on that wing. That's going to cause him understeer. That's going to also lose him time, I feel. And he's going to the wall of champions there, not as severe as Didymus. Now Asdog is going up the inside, and he's through. Got a yellow flag and went. The snap's gone off. He's facing around the wrong way there, and Asdog is still behind Matt at the moment, but now he's going to go. Oh my God, he's on the inside, and he is through and up into 6th position. Wow. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely good driving up and down the field, but I think Matt, that's going to really hurt Matt, isn't it? He's going to have to come into the pit. Wait, he's done 40 laps on the medium tyres. I wonder if he was trying to get to the get to a sensible place of getting onto the soft compound tyre. Now we're on lap 20. Not that bad then. He's definitely sitting pretty now, isn't he? He's going to return back to the winning ways, isn't he? On top of the podium. Whilst it's having a bit of a lull at the moment, let's just quickly, this is quite as going to get, isn't it, in this Canadian Grand Prix. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And thank you for all your comments coming in. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Andrew Dan said, I was coming into the pits. Asdog moved over to take the corner. By the time I could react, I was in his gearbox. So that's a shame there for Andrew Dan. Dan Murphy has said, an absolutely perfect start from it. Not that bad. It really was. And Dan Murphy has now predicted the podium. It'd be not that bad. Dave Asdog. As long as they can stay out of trouble then. So that is Dan Murphy's prediction, which is a lot more than what I'm going to predict, because as you said last night, I don't predict very well because it seems... was that a bit of debris come off the Ferrari there? I'm not sure if it's a bit of debris off a bit of leaves or something like that. But you can see then IRC Racing is really all over the back of not that bad, isn't he? Is he going to make it count now? Well, I'm back on board with IRC Racing. Just wondered where he would be if he didn't have that qualifying battle for his misdemeanor in Azerbaijan a couple of races ago, of course, where he had a bit of a lunge on Harry, didn't he, in turn 15. And unfortunately ruined both our races there. I wonder if Jonathan Cox has actually got damage then, or if he's just trying to cool off the car. There's Timmy in the background. He is in the pit. So yeah, it is. Jonathan Cox is in the pit, and it's unraveling now. Asdog is now up into 5th position, so he's also got by Davis off, but he's got a 3-second penalty. Asdog has. And oh, Timmy's in the pits as well, so we got a race strategy there. We got and Timmy's in and out of the pits, so he's going to get in front of Claude. Claude is doing an absolutely fantastic race today. He is looking very good. Claude is staying out of trouble, and because he's staying out of trouble, look at where he's going to end himself. Look at that, he's in 5th. 6th position is Sven. Snap is in 7th. Where's Timmy? Timmy's there. Snappy's got the inside line, but Timmy should get out. Jonathan Cox is down to 9th, then Matt is down to 10th, and Double is in 11th position at the moment. And this is the battle for the lead then. I got to applaud Claude. He's doing an absolutely fantastic job out there. Really is. And Sven are doing an equally good job as well. But of course, we know Sven has been improving all the time. So I think the outstanding performance of the day does go to Claude. Brilliant stuff. IRC Racing though is also doing a fine job in the racing point at the moment, isn't he? He's on 12 laps on the medium compound tyres. So as we're on lap 22 then. And really looking as now we're on board then with Sven. This is the battle for 5th and 6th. Claude in the Toro Rosso there going a bit wide there, but and no, that's why because IRC Racing's in the pits. So IRC Racing is in the pits. So Asdog would go up into 2nd position, and 3rd position will be David, not coming in the pits again. And he's on the medium tyre again. IRC Racing is, so that's his 2-stop strategy complete, and he is in and out the pits now. And we've got a 3-second penalty for Timmy. So where's IRC Racing goes? And Claude is in the pits as well. And look, Timmy takes his line just about in front of Sven there. A bit of a brutal chop there, wasn't it? IRC Racing's out in 4th position, so but he will have the pace, won't he, on those medium compound tyres? So even on that, Jonathan Cox now in 7th. Matt is in 8th position. Claude is coming out of the pits in 9th position. And 10th position is Snap at the moment, and Double, it's going to be Double and Snap. I think they're going to be battling for the final point at the moment, and Double is coming across the line. He is now up into 10th position, Double is, but Snap is coming out there. They're going to be close, very close. There's Double, and there's Snap. Snap just about gets in front, keeps in front of Double. Oh, blimey. Now we got Sven is now going after the defender against John, of course. Look at this great shot. Where's Sven gone? Well, he's gone wide. He's gone to the wall. He's at the wall, and he's lost the front wing there. And that's a bit of end play as well, isn't it? So I think Sven is going to have to come in the pits. He was going to go to the end on those hard compound tyres. He was on board with the Ferrari, wasn't he? And he just he's staying out at the moment, so we'll see what Sven's pace is. But yeah, that's a field, and that's a bit Sven be a bit disappointed with that. John Cox has now got the bonus point, hasn't he? Of course, remember you get a bonus point for fast lap. And as we're ticking down then to the final stage of this epic Canadian Grand Prix, Jonathan Cox, that fastest light point is very, very is becoming very prestigious, isn't it? And Murphy and sorry, there's too many Daniels, isn't it? Andrew Dunn is hoping Firestone can get a podium. So of course, that's I think that yeah, and he's done a very good job, Asdog, hasn't he, to really recover a difficult qualifying. And then unfortunately the unusual pit lane where Andrew Dunn and Asdog come together, where Andrew Dunn went to the gearbox of Asdog there. So I think Ferrari just checking out the Alfa Romeo's gearbox. Back on board with Jonathan, and he has really got the bit between his teeth now, hasn't he? He is now just over, just under. He's in DRS range now, and Dan Murphy is not too happy with IRC Racing because he's really ruining his prediction for a podium. And you can see he's just underlined that now. Fast lap race at 19, and then for Jonathan Cox, we got a bit of a battle royale for the fastest lap, as Andrew Dunn has left the session. So but then I think that Andrew Dunn is really, apart from that accident, was absolutely doing a very good job out there today. So it may have caused an incident, but I tell you what, he was on the up today, and fantastic driving from Andrew Dunn in the wet was absolutely phenomenal. And in the dry as well. But IRC Racing is through. He is up into third position. So he's on the podium now. Davis dropped down to 4th. It's all about consistency, isn't it? And I think Davis taking a much more measured approach to his racing, isn't he? And he's now in, but he's dropped down to 4th. But yeah, I think he'd be definitely satisfied with those 12 points. Back on board then with Jonathan Cox then. So Jonathan Cox then is now on the back of Timmy then. So Jonathan Cox has got the pace, hasn't he? And Dave, the pedal is on the right. It's the right throttle. Can you use it, please? And I think that that was in. I think that was in relation to the to the overtake there of IRC Racing then, but I think Dave is taking a much more measured approach to his racing, which is, to be honest, can go very long, can go a very long way in league racing, especially with all the chaos we've seen today. I mean, look at the names that we have lost today. We've lost Roscoe, we've lost Steve, we've lost Didymus, and we've lost Energy Dan, who's on a fantastic race, and we've also lost Bro Gorilla. Bro Gorilla's got on a bit of a difficult spell in his league career at the moment, so he needs to just try and turn it around as much as he can then. So then, at the moment, then the gap at the moment at the top is at 6.9 seconds. We're going to keep an eye on that towards the end. This Hound's Dog is currently gaining on this lap. He took 2 tenths out there. Dave is starting to struggle, isn't he? Because the 2 soft compound runners have really just homed in on him in the last couple of laps. So yeah, Dave is now feeling the pressure, isn't he? As he was on the 1 stopper. This is going to be interesting because can IRC Racing, has he got enough laps to get in front of Ansdog? He's got an 8-second difference between himself and not that bad. That's the question, isn't it? Now look at this, and Timmy's going to go up the outside. Dave has got no. Is he going to go? Dave is now through. Timmy is through, and now he's up into 4th position. Dave is now dropping down the order because he's on a 1 stopper, and the 2 stoppers are now starting to come through, and also Jonathan Cox is now in the 5th position, and the battle resumes for 4th and 5th position. The question is, what I was saying is, IRC Racing, has he got enough time to catch? Not that bad. Can IRC Racing do a phenomenal drive from 9th on the grid, remember? And can he come through and win this race? That'll be amazing stuff. It's quite a big ass, though, isn't it? We've got about 8 laps to go, so he needs to go a bit quicker than that. He's going quick as it is. Of course, he's got the fast lap at the moment, but yeah, he needs to go slightly quicker than that. Snap is now all over the back of Claude for 9th position. Claude is having a fantastic race, and he's on the verge of getting some very valuable points as well. Matt is also on the back of Sven as well. Jonathan Cox is he's got to go to the inside. That's not very room. No, not quite, as Tim gives him just about enough room. And now you can see then Jonathan's out all over the gearbox of Timmy at the moment. And you can see he's gaining again. Look at this straight line speed. Tim has gone on the racing line. Jonathan Cox up the inside, and he is through and up into 4th position. Jonathan Cox is absolutely flying out there at the moment. As Timmy's done 5th, and Matt is also through on Sven. So Matt is up in the 7th position. Sven has dropped down to 8th. Well, Snap might be, and we're going to watch Snap in Claude in a minute. And of course, Sven has got damage to that wing, isn't it? That might come back to, I might cost him some points at this rate. And Snap there and Jonathan Cox got a 3-second penalty. These penalties will. And Claude is really outbroken. Oh, contact! There's a big contact there, and then Claude there is. Oh no! And they've gone into each other. That's a big accident. Snap is out of the race, and Claude there is still in there for 10. Oh, that is that's messy indeed. As Claude there finally gets himself going forward. Double's coming across now, and that is a huge accident there. Huge accident indeed. And a big yellow flag there, as that is yeah, that's a big blow there for Claude, who was having a great race up until that point. Anyway, back to the front, and IRC Racing is going to go through. He is past Astog, and he is up into for 2nd position then. So IRC Racing is flying out there at the moment, and that's a bit of car come off, isn't that? Is that from I'm not sure if that's carbon fibre or not, but yeah, a bit of car coming off. Jonathan Cox there is now gaining as well then, but IRC Racing back up in 2nd position then. He's got 6 laps to go then. That is a nasty old incident. And Dan Murphy said, can I delete my comments? I seem to know nothing about F1. No, you don't, to be honest. To be honest, that's why I don't actually make any that's why I don't make any predictions, because I always look like an idiot. or worse of all, I usually put I'll put a curse on one of the drivers, don't I? As unfortunately, my prediction last night had a bit of a horror show, didn't it? And really, of course, Andrew Dan has just said safety car. I should have been safety car, because Snap's car was in the middle of the road there. That was a nasty old accident between Claude and Snap, wasn't it? So Claude will still get some points. Double's in the pits as well, so Double is now going to go on to, hopefully, has he got enough tires to get onto the soft tires? He does. So Claude in Double on the soft compound tires, so expect some hot laps from them towards the end of this race then. As Dog is now fading, unfortunately. He's done 15 laps on these hard compound tires, So the two stoppers now are really starting to home in, aren't they? And look at Timmy, he's not too far behind either at the moment. So this is exciting. And here comes car 25, and he is going to be back at the third moment. And yeah, so this is going to be, in terms of the points situation at the moment, Jonathan Cox will not overtake Matt at the moment in the championship. And you see there in the background, is that? Oh, that's a toy. That's Claude. I was wondering why Matt was so close then. I was like, what? But no, that's Claude from Matt had a mighty couple of laps. And you can see our dog. Oh, he's going up. Oh, bit of contact, but then we're all right. We're all right. It was just a little nudge, just a friendly nudge, so we're all good. But look at this. I've got a bit of a queue now behind our dog, haven't we? I come down to there, but then turn them on board Timmy, and you can see very difficult to drive here, isn't it? Our dog there is putting his car in the right place at the moment. We also got Claude there in the background as well. On the soft compound tires, double is on the soft as well, just in front of us. And Jonathan there is now going to go on the outside. He resumes the race line. Is Asdog going to have a good old lunge on the inside? No, Asdog there but oh, Jonathan almost lost it. Good recovery there from Jonathan. And look now, Asdog is now gaining. He hasn't got DRS. Is he going to have a lunge into turn one? It doesn't usually go on to turn one, does it? But as Asdog there thinking about it. Oh, we got the double there, just getting out of the way there. Double doing a very good job there. And I'm just taking. Oh, now we got a bit of a battle there between Claude and double. Claude is up into 9th position. Good stuff from Claude. So Claude now back up to 2 points at the moment. Then we also got Sven, who's in front of Matt because Matt's in the pit. So Matt's in the pits and he's come back out. He's going to go for this fastest lap, I think. And now Timmy is all over the back of Asdog as well, as Asdog is being swamped by these two stoppers at the moment. And Timmy there just thinking, decided not to go for that in turn 11 there. Turn 10 though, I should say. And now coming down into the hairpin then is as Asdog is taking a tighter line then, and Timmy is through and up into not 4th position then. I think Asdog might let him through there because he felt he was wasting time now, because remember, he might know about the penalties that Jonathan's got at the moment then. So and you see in the background there, we've got an almighty scrap, haven't we, between Claude and double. This is the battle for 9th and 10th position. Claude is whoa, I'm not even sure where he is on track. Blimey, teleportation. What incredible stuff. Yeah, from Claude, but he's now 8 tenths of a second for everything. Double was a bit concerned, more concerned about his car there really than going for an overtake, wasn't he? So that 32 out of 35 then. This is how it's looking so far. This is not including penalties, so this can still change as they come across the line. Remember last night? At the moment, and not that bad is leading. So Mercedes in both Elite and Super is having a phenomenal run of form, isn't they? Not a bad though, is leading by 6.7 seconds at the moment from RU Racing. A good drive from RU Racing. For a position is Jonathan Cox, and the double is back on board. Double, and he's all over the back of Claude. You can have a look. No, not quite, as Claude there. Breaking much later there on the soft compound tires. Yeah, John Cox is third. 4th position is Timmy at the moment in the Mercedes. So Mercedes having a good day today. 5th position is Asdog. Remember, Asdog there might be thinking about the long game here. Dave is in 6th position, so starting to become to have a good run of form here. 7th position at the moment is Sven. 8th position is Matt. 9th position is Claude, and 10th position at the moment is Double. We're on a good old mighty scrap between Double and Claude, and we've got Snap, who has just joined the commentary box as well. Snap, what a shame. It looked a bit of a odd incident that was between yourself and Claude. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame, that is, really. That's a bit disappointing, that is, but of course we got next week we got like a special event, haven't we, in the IRC, where we're going to do all 7 races in sprints. Are you here next week? Pardon? No, I tell you what, you looking pretty good in the wet actually. It'd be interesting to see who's actually good in the wet really, because I'll be interested to see that. I'm up for a bit of rain, and we can have Bernie Ecclestone's old sprinkler system, which he suggested a couple of years ago. So. Yeah, that's the beauty, isn't it, about these games? You can just turn on the weather whenever you like. And I tell you what, there was a lot of rain in quali today. In terms of the race right now, who do you think has been? Because we've had a question in the comments about. Oh, unfortunately, we can't hear you, Snap. Oh, so yeah. So while Snap is adjusting his mic settings, Alexander has just asked who would be the racer driver of the day for us. With Tornus, I must admit, Are You Racing look not that bad as has been looking class to field today, hasn't he? Are You Racing, a phenomenal drive. Can we hear Snap?
Hello.
And hopefully our 11 viewers at the moment. So great stuff. Thank you all for joining us. Can you hear Snap? Is the question. And we're just waiting for...
should be working now.
It's
already the last lap, jeez.
And unfortunately Dave has gone to the wall in the last lap, and yes, we can hear you. And so we'll come back to you. We'll come back to your instance in the mix. I think not that bad. It's just come around the final couple of corners. Then Dave has gone into the wall. He's damaged his front wing. Oh dear, it's all gone a bit pear-shaped on the last lap. He's got a 9-second buffer over Matt, but not that bad. Wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Brilliant. So not that bad. Good again on top step. Are You Racing? Absolutely fantastic drive from Are You Racing in second. Third position is Jonathan Cox. A good drive for Jonathan. Timmy in fourth in the end. He might be disappointed from the pole position. He got one by Asdog. He's in fifth. He stays fifth as well. Dave is limping home with no front wing at the moment. I think he hit it. I think he lost it in turn 6 there. Claude will finish 10th there. And double Evans to 9th end, so double there, getting us some more 2 points out for Williams. Consistency once again. Dave there with wingless Red Bull, which usually gives you wings, but not today. And then Matt will finish in 7th position, and Sven is the final lap car. He's done 20 laps on these hard combat tires, so not a bad in Sven doing. Oh, and 22 laps there for Dave and Asdog. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic, and yeah, just answering Alexander's who is the driver of the day for you. That's a very difficult question, to be honest. And I'm going to be really unfair and give it to Snap, because I know he hasn't actually seen the race at all. But but I think I must admit, I think Are You Racing's done an absolutely fantastic drive. He was looking very quick, wasn't he? Not that bad. Was a class of the field day. In terms of the speed, Jonathan Cox there, I think the safety car kind of robbed him of what could possibly have been a race-winning strategy there. So yeah, I would definitely say Are You Racing.
I thought the safety car, yeah, it gives a kind of twist on it, but you know, for some people it didn't work really out, like Roscoe.
No, it didn't, and I think unfortunately Roscoe went to the back of Timmy there, didn't he? Which is a big shame. So yeah, that's unfortunate for.
Yeah, there was the big question. What else? You know, we saw a wing just lying around there. It was like, first from who is that wing? And then it's like, there goes Roscoe.
That's a big shame, that is. So the final classification is, unfortunately we got stuff in the fortunately we got something up in the country box, but unfortunately for him, he took an early shower and he's retired. Very strange instance. We'll cover that again because we didn't hear it in the commentary box earlier. Roscoe 12th, Steve retired. So did Didymus. Energy Daniel had a fantastic race up until then, and Broke Gorilla. Unfortunately, his unfortunate run continues at the moment for Broke Gorilla, but hopefully he can turn his fortunes around very soon. But yeah, just quickly going through the do the comments again. So yeah, Are You Racing, I think, was the driver of the day.
Yeah, I think so too.
Absolutely fantastic stuff from Are You Racing. Also, we Jonathan Cox said my prediction was right. Like I said earlier, yeah, indeed it was. Dan Murphy has said Are You Racing for driver of the day, and happy with third tonight. Brilliant stuff. Anyway, let's quickly just Dave's also joined us as well in the commentary box.
Finishing, Dave.
I'm happy to finish again.
Love the end. Love the drama.
Oh, this is a crash. Yeah, I know. I have my heart in my mouth, man.
we'll come back to that in a minute because we just sit you at the end with no wing there, which is a bit of a shock when you was coming through turn 6. But before we go into any detail, we'll Snap. We'll go through that crash again with you and Claude. That was a strange one, wasn't it? Where you two were fighting into turn 13 and 14, and yeah, do you want to just take us through it?
It was, you know, I was just in front of him, and I went to the right. He just a little bit, on the side, and then he hit my wing. And then after just the Wall of Champions, I think he just let his gas loose, you know, and that's why. And I was just like full throttle getting out of the corner and just bounced into him. So I don't know if he did brake or did he just lose his gas, lifted it. But yeah, I hit full, and then I lost my wheel. But that's kind of, you know, the standard of most races. I finished.
That time,
wheels, you know. Yeah.
That was a bit of a shame, that really was, because I must admit I was enjoying that battle. It was a good old feisty one, but
yeah, it was good. Yeah, but still, you know, Jeff told me he has already 12 seconds of time penalty, so it was a good battle, but not really necessary, you know.
That's a bit of a shame, that is. But do you feel, because I would like to just, this might be a harsh question, so sorry about this, but do you feel that this season is, how do you feel about the season's gone so far? I must admit, you got a lot more points this season than you did this time last season, but do you feel that you haven't reached your full potential yet on this game?
Yeah, well, you know, most of the time when I screw up, I'm just doing too much thing at the same time, you know, just look at the phone or trying to chase something, get something to drink, you know. I just miss my breaking point. That's most of the time when I screw up. So yeah, it's my own fault, and but if and it's on the chat, you know, you can stop talking stupid stuff, you know, and just don't pay really attention.
Our fault.
Yeah, that's almost Dave's fault, you know. Talking about his baby all the time, you know. How bad his sleep was, you know. Hanging about that, mooning all the time, you know. Yeah, you lose your concentration, you know.
I absolutely,
good challenge.
I absolutely love that answer. That's the best answer I've had, like, ever. So. Well, thanks for joining us, Snap, for the last couple of laps. Really enjoyed that, actually. And it was a good race, and I would like to have had your input a bit more towards the end, but unfortunately, we only had like 2 laps to speak to you. Anyway, let's come to Dave. Unfortunately, Dave, Red Bull usually gives you wings, but you lost yours on the last lap there. What happened there? Did you feel like just making it a bit more eventful?
No, I was sort of in between. I just lapped double, and I was looked behind me to see where double was, and then just missed my braking point, and down the little downhill chicane before the end of sector 1, I completely lost it. Thought I lost my wheel, thought it was game over, but went straight into the wall, lost my front wing. I was a lucky man.
And again, as we said, that win in Monaco, and then it's followed up by another good collection of points today with 8. So it's really that Monaco race has really started to hopefully turn a corner for you now. So what is
Red Bull team number 1 now? I'm ahead of Ross. I think I'm top 6 in the championship now as well.
I think you are. I'm not going to try to do my best because that's going to be pretty embarrassing for me. But
we'll wait.
But absolutely fantastic stuff today. Do you think that, in hindsight, do you reckon that the strategy was the correct way to go, or do you think you would have done things a little differently?
Yeah, until the safety car completely ruined it. Because I had a nice gap.
The safety car.
Safety car completely messed it up. In hindsight, I wish I'd come in for hard since it came out and then gone straight back in the lap after for softs. Because the hard tyres are horrible. Just had no confidence. They never warmed up. Just no grip. I let Asdog go. I let IRC Racing and Timmy and Jonathan Cox go. There was no point fighting them. I just wanted to be on my own. Just literally try and concentrate and get to the end. But in hindsight, I wish I had 2 stops as well. I mean, because I was I'm in the iron when I saw Timmy stop. I thought I was in a battle for the lead. I was in the top 4, just keeping an eye on it, just within striking distance. Then Timmy stopped, and I thought, I might come in next lap and follow suit. But safety car ruined it.
Yeah, that's a mighty shame. It's easy to say in hindsight, isn't it? But strategy is up in the air, and you kind of got to call it on a whim. And also you're driving these cars at 200 miles an hour, especially down that back straight, and trying to hit your braking points. It's very difficult to do all at the same time. But yeah,
and trying to get penalties as well. I was trying so hard. I think I was going even slower, trying not to get a penalty at the end, but I managed just to avoid one. Well, I got one, I think, and that was it.
Yeah, everybody, a lot of guys know. It's kind of the key of this race, the time penalties. It's so easy to get one here.
To be honest, this is a bit of a brutal track, and we seen last night a lot of penalties from the elite guys. And to be honest, there wasn't too many on today's race, but yeah. And anyway, let's just go on to, of course, next week we got a super event, haven't we? Of course, we got we're rerunning the first 7 rounds in sprint race as well. Snap has suggested to have them all 4 wet races for all of them, so that'll be awesome. Both you drivers driving in that next week.
Yeah, should be fun.
Yeah,
should be fun.
Should be there.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, so that course that will be also presented on the IRC channel next Thursday. Of course, we're taking a break then because we're about halfway through, I suppose, give or take 3 races. Yeah. So we're on a break next week from regular races, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We have 5-lap sprint races. I'm really looking forward to that. Tim has just said good racing, guys, and Jonathan Cox has also confirmed
Timmy was outstanding. Timmy and IU Racing were fantastic. They all were, but Timmy and IU Racing were what happened to Energy Down?
Unfortunately, Energy Down, I think, misjudged his braking point and went to the back of Asdog coming into the pits. It's a bit of a dangerous pit lane coming in here, isn't it? And I think he just kind of got mesmerised by Asdog's Alfa Romeo. So that was a bit of a shame, that was, because Energy Down, I was giving him big props in quali in the early stages of the race because he didn't look out of his depth at all, did he? He looked right in there as well. He hasn't scored any points yet this season, but I
was gutted for him. I know Claude got his first, and Double did well to get points, but I thought Energy Down was on for a good haul.
He had a very good pace around here as well. Very electric, wasn't it? Energy Down was wet or dry, so fantastic stuff from Energy Down. I think I didn't give him enough credit in the beginning because I did say that he looked very strong in the wet, but the dry as well, fantastic stuff. Wet or dry, he just looked comfortable. Excellent stuff from everyone tonight. It's been fabulous stuff once again, and of course join us next Thursday then, as we'll be live for those first 7 events: Australia, Bahrain, China, Azerbaijan. That's gonna be a fun one again, isn't it? Spain, Monaco, can't wait for that one, and Canada. So brilliant 7 races.
That's a short one. 5 laps, random grids.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
gonna be team cars, or it's gonna be livery.
I think it will start. I think it will start good first few races, and then it could descend into chaos by Monaco.
Yeah, probably doing races backwards.
I'm really looking forward to it. This is going to be absolute carnage.
Yeah, it's going to be carnage for sure.
Bring it on.
So a special presentation then next week. Thank you for both Dave and Snap join me in the commentary box at the end there. It's great to have their insight. I know,
I'm sure.
No worries. And can't wait to see everyone ready for that special event next week. But from here in Canada, it's goodbye.